Record on. There we go.
Everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Tales of the Forgotten Sea, where we sit down together and we playtest this great game. I say great, yeah, I did.
Hey, it is
This
great.
game of
It
my
is, it is,
creation.
it is. It's great.
Thank you guys. I love my player. They love me. This is great. This is the great part.
We're a happy family. Yep.
Yes, yes, we are. Speaking of happy family, we left in the middle of a cliffhanger, very tense
did.
situation. We reach Rothan. Do you remember that?
Yep.
We reached this strange island that literally been built around this lighthouse and etc. We went there to send a message to someone, to be precise.
Graves.
Great. Someone pay attention. Senator Julian Graves. And when we were there, like, someone wants to see us, so it's probably him. No, actually, it's Lady Carla Voracci from New Valonias. And when we were there, we discovered that she didn't want back her ring. She wants back something that's far more precious for her. Something related to her father and her husband and son. People that passed away, unfortunately. And according to Miss Voracci, at least one of them was killed. She didn't specify what's happened to her husband and son, but the way that she talked about it, there is something going on also there.
By the Shadow Consortium.
Correct. Again.
200 points to Gryffindor.
Hey.
So what's happened is the fact that she organized this complex plan to lure the Shadow Consortium to steal the statuette. She put like a beacon or something, a curse on the statuette to follow the people from the Shadow Consortium and grab them and got some answer. However, our player got in the midst. And they killed the only member of the Shadow Consortium that was being sent there, or at least what they know. And now Lady Voracci wants not just revenge, wants them to help her. To quote her, "You own me, plus you stole from me, so now you're going to help me." Jarvis was like, "Okay, let us go to the ship, and we're going to take your stuff and bring it back to you." And she was like,
Right.
"No,
Okay. Yep. No,
I'm coming with you." And that is where we left off.
right.
So please, guys.
I just kind of stand there, eyes looking towards Garvis and
Rock
and
will
Rock.
make a look like, all right, I'm gonna try something. Bear, roll with me. Like I give like a motion with my eye, like be like, I'm gonna try something.
I give another motion with my eye, like okay.
Okay. Okay.
Jarvis is still standing there with his arms crossed, and he looks at Rock, and he just closes his eyes and just kind of shakes his head like, "Okay, let's see where this goes."
All right. So.
Okay.
I had some time to think about this out of character, so I know how I'm going to say it the way Rock would. My lady Carla Voracci, if I may, I've come up with a plan that will benefit everyone. It contains no falsehoods or downsides, nor will it inconvenience you with traveling to our boat. Me and Garvis will stay here, and my companions, who are true friends, will retrieve the items in question as quick as possible and come back here. I will stay with my friend here, and you can even post a guard if you so choose to get your items, and you can even relax in the hotel with us as company if that is also what you wish.
Jarvis actually looks at
I
him
look
and
at
is like,
I look at Garvis
and-
like, you're
and it's
staying
kinda
here.
like,
It's your fault.
No, he looks at you and he smiles and he's like, "That's exactly how." Like, he doesn't say this, but he's like, gives you the nod of like, that's exactly how I would have handled it. All right.
So no, she doesn't go to the boat. She's not inconvenienced to go to the boat. She can stay here. We can get her things, and we're not going to leave because we're here. Basically,
My
like,
my
like,
lady, someone of your stature, we leave our friend here with you, so as insurance, and we will
let me know if I need to persuade.
tally and grab your items, and we'll come back with them. You will get what you want, and we'll be able, and that will be that. What do you say?
Yeah,
Convincing, tries to convince.
yeah. I'm not going to ask you to roll this
Okay,
one because I prefer you guys to have a little chat with her first.
sure.
Okay.
And when we got to the, to the point where I need you to roll it, I'm going to ask
Sure.
it.
No, absolutely.
Gotcha, Roger.
I was just thinking of like this seemed to be like, look, it's all for you. It's all good. See?
Yeah, no. I mean, it sounds like a compelling proposal,
Right.
but she will stop for a second and said, I need to ask you something.
Okay.
Of
Who's the
course.
captain?
The captain's name will be held, but they are on the boat.
She smiled for a second. So I presume you making a choice and a decision without her or them or him knowing.
Mm. And the captain will not leave us behind.
No. Of course. I'm just wondering if making a deal with me without your captain approval will sound a little bit problematic in the future.
Well, if we brought you aboard, wouldn't that be the exact same problem?
I know, but you put yourself in this position, not me.
Mm.
We are simply doing it this way because we're the ones initiating contact with you. If the captain was here, we'd ask for the captain's approval. But as the people who are away on the mission, we have approval over the situation.
Okay. So you know what is my request.
Yes.
You will bring me back my personal effect. Plus, you will help me to find the Shadow Consortium. How you think you're gonna do that? Especially the second part.
How are we going to help you find the Shadow Consortium? That is what you're assuming the debt that Garvis owes you? Because again, he's the one who got rid of your lead, as you put it.
Some of you did. I don't point finger, but apparently that was.
I take responsibility for that.
He actually stood forward, I think, last time to be out of context. He literally outed himself. So just say it.
Yeah, I don't mind people knowing what I did. I look at Rock.
No, that's fine. Rock has no sympathy for that moment because he just got stabbed about 5 minutes ago in the back by you accidentally. He understands it was accidental, but he saw it.
Mm-hmm.
In all of this, just so you know, guys, Hotpot is there.
Yeah.
And he's trying to, with the best poker face ever, not to say anything, because technically speaking, we all know that it was him.
Yep.
No. We went back. I went back and listened to it, and I was the one who slit. He hit her on the head. I'm the one who actually killed her.
Yeah, you said something like, "Oh, I mean, again, out of character." You were like, "We should finish her," you know.
It was. This is the Shadow Consortium. We're not messing with them. Cutthroat.
Well, we're gonna have to mess with them. Great job.
Anyway, the quest still lingers.
Yeah. Sorry.
Please, Garvis.
Well, I imagine you will fill us in on types of information that will help lead us to the Shadow Consortium. You can fill Rock and I in while the others go back to the ship and collect your things, and we'll be happy to move on our way, dealing with this and
other business.
Can I have an additional question? I'll look at the group. I just want to ask her something else. It's a little bit a dangerous comment, but I'll like look at them, be like, let me ask. he
I give a nod.
looks at at the countess or the lady. Um, we have the way that we can help you is that we've become in contact with someone who might be connected to the Shadow Consortium, because we know the Baron guy, right? The guy that is he a Baron? Sorry, you guys know him better than I do. He looks at the other two. Um, guys.
I
I
don't have my character notes on me.
Okay,
I
fair
left
enough.
my
I'm not
sketchbook at
entirely
work.
sure who you're talking about.
I thought we were talking about the guy that gave that person a coin, right? They gave them a coin about like
Oh,
what's his
me?
name? Yeah,
Yeah.
him, right.
Are you talking
So,
about Senator Graves?
right, isn't Senator
Yeah.
Graves related to that? I couldn't we just like
No, he's part of the
Padua,
uh
Padua
yeah,
Concord.
the
Oh,
Concord,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, never
Not the
mind.
Shadow Consortium.
Sorry.
Wrong
Rock
wrong
will Rock
secrets.
no, that's what
Wrong Shadow government.
sorry. Rock will look
Yeah,
confused for a second and go, "Sorry, there's a lot about magic that I don't get." So, I apologize.
but you guys mentioned the
I
senator.
think I will. I mentioned that maybe we can get help from Senator Graves since he wants something going on, and then that will lead us back. You know.
Let Varashi look at you guys for a second and say, "Do you need help with that?"
All we need help with
Let them answer
is
that.
this.
Yeah.
All we need help with is dealing with the Shadow Consortium. If if you think that you can help us with Graves, that would be wonderful.
Um,
Um, we are on a mission, and we're concerned that we're picking up tails.
Oh,
I
you do.
So if you can help us, and clearly you've been able to trace us. I assume because of the statue,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe that they're able to trace us because of this. And I hold up your ring. I would appreciate it if you were to take it back.
I have something to say after she answers.
I'll remain silent.
Will
Let them
take some time
dig.
before answering, so you can jump in if you want. She's pondering and looking at each one of you.
You, I, I have a question. Senator Gross, was he's the one I- was he the one who sent people after my family?
Probably, yeah.
I look at her. I'm staring at her, see if any reaction.
Oh no, she just smiled and just very slowly nod.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have no love of him.
Hmm. I understand that. Another
Can I
reason
can I make an
why I
insight?
can eventually help you if you help me.
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
think that
back
this.
off and let
I
them kind of take the conversation and see
I,
where it goes.
I think that the mistake and the injury that we've made with you is going to benefit us, and I'd like to make that happen. I believe that the captain will uh, understand. She, I've been with her for a while, and she takes my my word and my opinion with a bit of gravity. She trusts these three. Um, Hot Pot is a very valuable member of our crew. I
Just
think,
hot
and
rod.
I think that inviting you onto the ship may cause a great deal of havoc. But if they go back and report what is happening, she may invite you onto the ship. If you uh, feel that you need to come onto the ship and not just receive your things, I'm not saying that you are not welcomed. I just want to make sure to go about this the correct way so that you can be welcomed on board happily and not as a surprise and um, with to make concern.
Now I need that persuasion roll, guys. So
All right.
You want me to
I
do the
think
persuasion roll?
I
Or
think I think Rock
yeah.
should be the one doing it. It's because
I
he started
I'm
it.
gonna give him my critical token from last time because
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I had
I
a
was actually
second
going.
one.
Hold on.
I
I
have
think I wrote down.
I have two. Do you only have you have one or two?
I have one.
I have two. Let me give it to him.
Okay.
All
So
right.
hold on.
Just
Yeah.
while you, Miguel's sitting there. He is looking intense at Lady Verace. He
Yes.
looks like he definitely is wearing his feelings on his sleeves at this very moment. He's definitely he looks like he has more to say, but he will wait until this has been resolved.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we got 4 dice of presence, and then I've got 3 dice of persuasion, so a total of 7 dice.
So
Plus one
plus
because the
one.
Plus
token.
1.
So
Oh,
eight dice.
8 dice of, you're right, 8 dice of
Okay, and
d6s.
the best part of all of this, and because you got one token and you got the skill at 3, not just 2, but even 3 dice can
Right, it
explode.
is possible
So
that.
if you got 3 sixes,
Well, we're gonna see how that goes. So we're gonna.
and you roll all ones.
Yeah, right.
Okay. So, let's see. I did get 2 6s.
So they will explode,
All
but
right,
let's
hold
put
on.
them
Let
on
me
the
add.
side.
Yeah, let's. Okay.
So which one is the third and highest number that you rolled?
A 5.
Okay,
Nice.
so we already have a 17.
Right. And
Roll
then.
those 2 sixes.
Okay, so rolling the 2 6s. And now, what does the critical die do? Is that another? All right, well, we'll worry about
Well,
that.
I already if you rolled 8 dice, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it's already in all of this. It's already been considered.
I rolled another 6 and a 4.
Okay, so that 6, because you exploded only 2, that 6 will explode. So
Yeah.
we
So
got
you got your
27.
3 exploding sixes. There you go, man.
I
You
All
told
gotta
you
right,
go with
that's
it.
all
that's
you
a
need.
very
So roll.
convincing argument.
So roll it again. Roll that
Roll
6 again.
again. We
Oh
got
God,
27 so far.
I'm about to say you're gonna roll.
I
I want
rolled
to
a
see the
6.
final number. Oh,
You rolled
If
another
it's
6.
okay, that is not going to explode, but
No. But that's amazing.
that's
So
amazing. We
Rock
got a
gives the biggest speech of his life.
33.
30.
holy
We got a
shit!
33
This is why
plus
this is his job.
plus your presence.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh,
plus 3,
plus 3.
36.
36.
That's
Okay.
the highest. That's the highest roll of the game thus
So
far.
far.
At least for
Can
us.
somebody can somebody mark that down? See if anyone can get higher.
Well, that's why we record. That's why we're recording it.
Yeah.
Oh
So
God.
36, highest so far in the whole game. Great.
Very convincing argument right there.
Very convincing argument. You see her leaning forward. In the meantime, you guys are speaking. You see her just getting almost like entranced by your words.
My 1 point of etiquette going through here.
She just nodded and said, That's a very good deal. So, please, some of you can stay and some can go.
Okay. I will stay with Garvis because this was my deal and I was the one who instigated the conversation. And the rest of them can go back to the ship and talk to the captain and work things out.
All right. He looks at Rock and Garvis and gives him basically he needs to know where it's like if you could you tell me where you put away the items so we can get them back to Lady Verace.
Yeah, he would know.
Above table, I believe that the captain
Mhm.
had the newspaper article, and Geraldine had the picture. So
Understood.
I
understood.
the captain has one, and Geraldine will have the other.
Right.
And I imagine that Geraldine is somehow listening in on this conversation, even though she's not physically present. I imagine
the thing is,
she knows
she's not visible.
she's
or
not
at least-
visible, but I imagine that she knows.
I'm gonna
what's
laugh
going
she has
on.
it in her pocket
So-
or something.
So she. Well, we gotta go back to the. She's gotta go back to the ship anyway because the other thing is there.
I know.
And so you're also gonna go back to the ship and tell the captain that what's going on, and see if the captain just wants to send the material back to the lady, or if she would like to invite the lady on. And I will kind of like step back a little bit so that Miss Verace can kind of overhear this part of the conversation. I recommend inviting our new friend onto the ship.
Okay.
Um,
He gives a nod. It's like, I will. He looks at the Lady Raji. I will return as swiftly as I can to
and
return
and
your personal or effects, my lady.
yes,
Miguel,
and
I'm apologize. Again, I apologize about that you lost such dear personal things. Like,
you just smile in your direction, Miguel. She, in a very curtsy, thank
yeah,
you.
he was being genuine about that. He gives a bow
Hmm.
and he looks at Hot Pot, gives a like a motion, and
And you and On Pot are going to leave.
yes.
And for the sake of brevity,
Yeah.
the travel back to the ship will happen in a jiff. But we are going to stay with our camera here for a little bit.
Okay, I have a feeling.
I was gonna say one last thing to Miguel.
Okay.
Okay.
When
I
I'll give her a thing like a one moment, and I'll put my arm around Miguel, and I'll start walking towards the door and say, Miguel, check with our fifth, see if they feel like they should stay with us and tell you where the picture is, or if they need to go back to the ship with you to help you retrieve the picture.
Uh,
I nod.
Jarvis, can I have a perception roll from you? Because you were like
Shouldn't have
kind of
mentioned it.
looking around for Geraldine. Can I have
Sure,
a perception roll for you, from you?
sure, I can make that happen. Oh, here it is. Give me one.
I work so hard, guys. Uh,
The moment that you guys, the Jarvis and Miguel, just step on the side for a second, followed by Otpot, you, Rock, feel Lady Svarachi eyes on you.
can man, is there a way that I can get her not to look in that direction? Because like they're obviously doing something over
No,
there.
no, no, no. She's not looking at them. She's looking at you.
Oh, she's looking at me. Okay.
Directly at you.
Oh, this might go interestingly. Okay.
That's a 13 for my perception.
Okay.
Okay.
You notice, for just a second, there are at least a couple of people watching the two of you. In the
Hmm.
meantime, Miguel and you are, talking, and Miguel is going to leave.
Hmm.
But you're not sure if it's just because, you are
Uh,
not dressed for the place or for
Hmm.
other reasons.
We
Garvis,
don't
could
we
make sure
don't
not to
we don't
leave.
we
Okay, I
don't
promise we'd
we
stay
don't
here.
walk we don't walk like super far away.
Okay.
No, no, no.
I'm just walking them towards the door, and then I pat Miguel on the shoulder. I pat Hot Pot on the shoulder, and I turn back and I
Okay.
walk back. I assume that those are probably guards. I have no intention on trying to run. This is in Jarvis's point of view. He understands that he did what he needed to do, but he made a mistake back there.
Hmm.
Um, but this mistake is going to turn into a very potentially huge boon for us. Yeah, we're going to have to make another detour, but this is a great this could be a great relationship for the ship. So he's happy enough to take the opportunity as it comes.
Yeah.
And he really doesn't feel that bad for throwing her up into the
For Rock. Speaking of Rock,
Rock is
how
just
you
is.
react to this
I'm just
stare,
messing with you,
because
Brian.
she is staring.
Okay. If I notice her attention is there, it's like, do not worry. I am honor bound that if he tries to leave, I will go and get him because he made the
Can,
deal.
can I be walking back over when Rock is saying this?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, yes, yes.
Uh,
She's not.
Rock, she's
Yeah.
not staring at you because of me. She's staring at you because of you.
Oh, yeah, that's another thing. But I didn't say that. I don't say that out loud. But yeah, you say that, and he's just like, oh,
Yeah.
um,
Let's
lady, is there something wrong, miss? Like,
maybe we could find a or I assume we're standing in the lobby of the hotel, right? Is that where this has been going on, or in like
You're
a
in the
side room?
hotel lobby.
Yeah,
There is
yeah.
you just to give you a description of what you guys are seeing and etc. Um, so the area is presented like this. There is the entrance, and there is like a circular area in the middle with like one of those fontaine that does don't erupt, uh,
Hmm.
um
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
they are like almost like a pool, and
Hmm.
a little bit of water come out, almost like it look. It make it feel like it looks like a one of the springs where water come out. But of course, because you guys are on a floating island, so probably that is salt water. That is
It's a,
probably actual sea. Around that, there is the sofa where you guys are sitting with
mhm.
palms and a lot of vegetation and etc. On the left side, there is the desk where you guys ask at the beginning, and you are close to this area. You are between the desk and where the sofa is, where the fontaine area is, and let's say that she's giving her back to the main entrance. So you're staring at her, and behind her there is the main entrance.
Mhm.
oh,
Um,
I'm gonna do something dangerous again. That's what he does. Lady, I'll look her in the eye and be like, is there something you need from me or something? And he just like does this motion like, do you need some way to kill time? Is that what it? He like does this motion like board game. At first he's gonna be coy about it. Do board games? Do you want to play cards?
She just turned towards you, Jarvis, and says, "So, you wanted to ask me something. Let's kill some times," he said. "What can you tell me about the Shadow Consortium?"
personally, I don't deal with groups like that. I My research takes me more into the realm of magic and items. I am personally looking for something. Um, I I don't believe I've done much reading on such a group, but maybe I need to go to school on understanding my new prey.
Hmm. Yeah. And what about you, Mr. Rock?
He, he, she'll notice that he never gave his last name. He literally just been like, I'm Rock.
Yeah.
So, not that it would matter that much to her. Um, what do I know about the show? Okay, I'm gonna play this really tight to the chest. Um, out, off sides here. Can I? Does my character actually know besides meeting a representative? Do I know like I don't think I would know a lot about the organizational structure from that. Like
No.
nothing really.
What you can say,
Yeah.
what you know, especially because of your past and your
Right.
knowledge and etc.
Right.
You know this. Shadow Consortium are like a net of spies, assassins, thief. Each one of their member has a different skill set, and they are
Okay.
all working without knowing each other. Only the
Okay.
people that are really, higher in the rank know who is behind what job and etc.
So it would just sound like general knowledge if I told her anything. It would be like, oh, yes, the Shadow Consortium is like this. You know what I mean? Consortium.
Yeah.
And
So
okay.
probably because of what she already told you guys,
Yeah.
those information are something that probably she already know, but you don't know that. You are not sure about that.
Right. So I will tell her it in a general way what I know. which pretty much anyone could know if they did, enough research.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you could guess at a lot of those things, just understanding
Right.
how criminal organizations work. The people on the bottom are pawns who get moved to do things, and the people in the middle are just passing information up and down, and have
I
probably still even have a probably
what?
very limited access to one another, and the people on top are probably all somewhat power hungry, trying to be the most in power, but working towards the general goal of the organization, which is information
Let's
and
see.
moving
Let me look at
illegal
my.
goods and services.
Yes,
Do I
pretty
know?
much.
I have like a
But it,
couple of dice in society, but I don't know if that's really going to help the situation.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you can try. You can certainly try.
Okay.
And Jarvis, why don't you roll me an history check for something completely different?
okay, happy to.
All right. So I'm rolling society. All right. Let's see, 2 dice and then 4 dice of presence. Is he smart? No, but he is good at sussing things out. Let's see, 4 dice and 2 dice. I just rolled 3 6s.
Okay, so you keep two, and so it's already at 12, and one of them explode.
Okay, that's a 3. Much more reasonable. Let's see.
So 15 plus 3,
Right, for presence, so yeah, 15 plus 3, 18.
18. Almost a crit, just, at the edge of it, but as a very good roll and a success no matter
Right,
what.
so I'll take the information that's generalized and I'll add it to my societal knowledge so far.
So, you know that they operate in like cells,
Right.
that just, and the cells communicate to each other through as messenger, but they don't interact to each other. So if a cell is getting caught by any reason, they can easily cut and be removed like a tumor. It's like,
Okay.
okay, we don't need you anymore. However, if you are able to quote someone of them, maybe you can start to get a little bit more information of who hired you directly, and it's a very long game of getting information out of people in order to get to the source of everything.
Okay. Sorry, if I was to provide information on the person that talked to me, would that be too much? Like, what I mean is, if I started being like, here's a description of a person, she would probably lead with, why have you asked me this? Like, why, like, how do you know what this person looks like? That's probably a very slippery slope. So I probably won't discuss those details. I'm gonna go with just general knowledge at this point and play it that way.
Okay, Jarvis, what was your history roll?
Not great. I only got a 9.
Only got a 9. Her surname. Okay,
Hmm.
so she's definitely not from Hinget here,
Mm-hmm.
even if she lives there. So she probably moved from Obolawa. That's the sound, that's the kind of sound of her surname sounds like for you.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's like you heard that name before, but you cannot pinpoint exactly where or why it
Can
can
I
be or not important.
so it sounds like her father, who was murdered, sounds like he must have been somebody important to some degree or another. Her husband
Mm-hmm.
is where she gets her surname from, if I can make
Yes,
that
her new
assumption.
surname is from the husband. Yes.
So her father wouldn't have had that surname. It's her husband. So she is from, you said, a Boloa,
Obolawa.
right? Because that's her accent. But her husband, maybe he is the that's the name that I'm trying to track down. Where is he from? What is his
Yeah, the thing
connection?
is, okay. So her new surname, Voraci. That's
Mhm.
the surname that you try to track down. That's the surname that you say, "Oh, I heard this before."
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. Her maiden name, you don't know which one is it.
No, no, and I have, and I'm. That's something I wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable asking if I'm trying to deduce something. But so, Aboloa, where is that island exactly located?
Okay, so that this is a little bit of information for everyone. So
Mm-hmm.
let's say that you are here in Ingetir, so south east, sorry,
Mm-hmm.
northeast, or no, oof, my geography is all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Northwest of the archipelago.
Mm-hmm.
Obolawa is center east of the archipelago.
Is that the same island that I am from?
No, you are from Ugre, that is up north,
Oh, that's the center north. Okay.
center north. You are
Okay.
literally just from the top of the world, like the equivalent of Antarctica.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Because again, I was the snow bear was my. Anyway,
Yes,
so you said center east. So
center.
that is all the way. That's in a sense just north of where we're actually going.
Yeah,
Okay. Um.
correct. So
All
if
right.
you guys going still going towards Akiptos, then is southeast. Obolawa
Huh?
is directly on top of that. And
Yes.
this is an information for everyone. Those two nations are being in very good relationship for centuries.
Hmm.
So um,
So that
and
is that is where her accent points her being from. But that
yeah,
doesn't necessarily but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's where her husband is from.
I mean the sounds of the surname it still sounds like Obolawa, so
Okay. Okay.
maybe they is also coming from there, but you don't have a certainty right now.
Well, again, I'm just trying to make sure I'm understanding the depth of what you're trying to tell me because obviously you can't tell me much with my role.
No,
Um,
exactly.
okay,
Hmm.
but I know where I know where she lives, which is here in New Valonia, but she's from the other side of the archipelago,
Yes.
um, close to where we're going anyway.
Hmm.
Um, do is it is it that the shadow? And let me ask you this, because I know it's a little bit off topic, and you might be answering this with Rock, but the Shadow Consortium is probably like almost like the Thieves Guild of D&D, where they have no centralization. They are just everywhere, working, you know, almost independently, but with some kind of structure at uh, in
Yeah.
a center that doesn't exist.
Kind of. As I
Okay.
said, there are like cells. It's like
Yes.
one
Okay.
cell operate here, one other
I
operate there, and etc. etc. And each one of them communicate with the other in some kind of way. However, they are almost like their own organization
Hmm.
that work in that way.
It's a terrible enemy to have, but it's an enemy that we now have.
Okay, I do have a plan, Lady Verace, now that I've given a moment to think about it, of how we could track down the Shadow Consortium, but I don't particularly like it, but if it's the plan that you want, then we can try it. We could, as people who are of the underbelly of society, or at least not of high public standing, infiltrate the organization and then try to get connected to a cell. I at least could pass as a thief. I have done some things in my past that are not so savory, I'm sure. And
Um, you don't need to confirm that. I mean, you guys enter my own house and you stole from me, so
right,
I
what I'm
am sure that you are thief.
what I'm saying is, do you have any of her personal effects? Maybe we could use them to trick our way in.
Hmm. I will provide that when I finish eventually to discuss. disagreement with your captain.
Okay.
Anyway, just to make you sure that you understand completely my goal, I don't want to take down the Shadow Consortium. I don't care about the Shadow Consortium. They were the end. I want to know who was behind the, I would say, the it on my poor father. Who ordered the assassination? I had my suspicion over the years, and as you will probably learn over time, you always follow the money. However, I need proof. I know they have them. When I get them, they can carry on with their life, I can carry on with mine, and I will get my revenge against who wronged my family.
Uh,
May I ask, what is your father's name?
My father was Senator Paul Renmari
Hmm.
of the Obolawa Senate.
So an actual political senator, not like our friend Graves.
Now, and when you say that, no, you can all hear that. You can feel the disdain in her tone of voice.
Yeah. Well, and when he says friend Graves, you can hear the disdain
Yeah,
in
in yours.
his. And someone who is actually working for the people.
My father was a diplomatic senator dealing with the exchange of the east sector in the Frontiera Sea between Fradeker and Obolowa. He was doing a closed session with the Guild of the Maritime Transit in order to
right. Yeah.
decide the fare the, the Akiptonian ship should pay from going through the Midday Sun Sea to Fradeker and the Frontiera Sea in order to pay the right amount of fare, and so everyone can, I would say, benefit for those transit.
Of course, probably trying to make the area safer, and so ships weren't being waylaid by the wrong types of people. They were being made safer. The community was being made safer, and
Was
captains may
thus
not always enjoy paying such a thing, but when they see friendly flags from friendly ships, they would rest easier.
and revising those trade agreements will make the refined oleum bring by the Akiptonian people um, towards the Fradeker into the Fradeker country more easily.
Mm,
Overseeing the shared naval routes through the Frontier Sea will make it was supposed to be a great deal at the time.
mm. So maybe this is the one of the leads that we need to think about. Who who
I
was
followed that lead, and
who was
unfortunately,
yeah.
that lead proved empty at a certain point because I'm missing the final bits of the clues. And that's where I needed to bring some people from the consortium to fill
Mm,
those little gaps. As I said, it took me 25 of my years to get over this,
mm.
but I don't blame the hand, I blame the person that moved it.
So maybe if we could, in our travel, as we are heading very much in that direction, um, find a connection with the shadow and, hopefully find someone, not just some small time thief,
No, of
but
course.
someone up a little bit higher to deliver to you. Would this suit the needs that you have? Especially someone from that area who would know the history, who would have heard the rumors of where the hit came from.
When I hit a wall, like people of my country will say, I ask my betrothed to help me.
Hmm.
And he did. He used his vast resources and money of his family to help me out. But whoever made good of delaying those trade agreements, because of course after the death of my father, the agreement went up in the air.
Hmm.
I made enough money to delay, lead their trucks very, very well. So, as you can imagine, now that I'm a widow, I will move all the tides of the world because I have nothing else to lose.
May I ask, since your husband was helping you to dig into this, um, was your husband and child's passing part of this as well, or was it more incidental?
That was a very, very, very well calculated accident.
Hmm. So they didn't just take out your father, but they took the rest of your family as well.
I can't promise
I
that, and I will ask you, in your grace, to not indulge in this open wound.
I apologize. I only say this because the whole reason why I am doing any of this, I don't wish to be a criminal and hurt anyone. I am looking for something to save my own family. Miguel, who just left, is doing this to save their family. Many of us are trying to do what is right for our own people. So my heart goes out to you in this way. I I rarely feel terrible for the things I've done, but I do feel terrible for waylaying your plans. And if it all works out, I will do what I can and find who it is that will give you the answer you need. May I make a suggestion? Maybe we could find a quieter place to sit and talk and, maybe have a drink. Uh, and instead of standing here in the lobby, he kind of like looks around at the high ceilings and the other people probably moving around.
I mean, we
Just
could get at least get some
feels
rental
awkward.
jackets so we don't stand out so much.
She just raised her hand and she just said, "Don't worry, we are perfectly safe here. What kind of drink can I offer you?"
Oh, this is gonna get dangerous. Uh, I'll say something from my home country because that'll be harder for her to get, but she'll probably have it anyway. I'll be like the venom of something, or because I come from a country of hydras and snake. It's like the venom of this creature. That's what it's called. So I'll tell her that.
Okay. and he look at you and say, "Do you want something from Ugre as well, or?"
Yeah, Garvis, you want to try this out, right? You like weird stuff.
Uh,
He ask him if he wants something from his own country.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yours.
Right,
yeah.
right.
Um, sure. The the bear's mead, if they have it. If not, a cup of coffee, as I think maybe keeping my wits about me isn't such a bad idea as well.
Yeah, why don't we have else? Everyone has a very nice cup of guava. That is the name of coffee in
Yes,
this.
guava. Yeah, yeah.
And
Black.
um, and by the way, guava come from Aegyptus. Is another of those things that the trade was trying to deal with.
I remember you mentioning that
Yeah.
uh, a session or two ago.
So she turned, and one person that was sitting on the sofa just a couple of steps away, it turns at that point and he stand up and he goes towards the main the main desk of the lobby.
Hmm.
And you guys started to notice that you have few eyes looking in your direction.
We have a few or very few.
No,
Like the
no,
staff. Like you have the staff
no,
looking at
not
us.
the staff, just people there.
Okay.
Hmm.
And the moment you look around, you realize that at least 8 people is staring in your direction.
Why
Can
is
I get
this
a
a...
read? Can I get a
Go ahead.
read as to who those people are, whether it be insight or society,
Oh, uh, I
or
don't
is it
need
pretty
you.
obvious?
I don't
Okay.
need you to roll it because right now you can easily understand those are people that work for her.
Okay, that's kind of what I was assuming, but just because of the way you were saying it, I didn't know if it was
Oh no,
other
no,
just
of course.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Um,
I mean, especially one of them. Just to give you a description, there was like you see an alfair with a very pointy ear,
mhm,
close to a very very good-looking woman. That is probably an Ichthyans Stelios. There is a couple of shark guy that they're playing cards in. They are all well dressed,
mhm.
but they are, especially a couple of them, has scars and bruises or things like that. They are not the kind of look. If you pay attention, there is not the kind of look you expect
His
from
suit
someone of,
fits a little wrong. Yeah, okay.
yeah,
Are
from
any
high
of the
society.
are any of her guards the crocodile people?
Not at the
No,
lost list. The karat. No,
the
you don't
Karat.
see
Yeah,
another karat present there.
I because I'm still wearing the outfit of the
Oh
Karat.
no, I know.
Yeah,
So,
and I'm remembering. I've been remembering that for a little while, and I just um
Don't
uh
worry, the GM doesn't
no,
forget.
no, no, no. I know you don't. I know you
this
don't. I'm also, but I'm just pointing it out to myself and also the everyone else.
this
Um,
Yeah.
this reminds me of the
uh,
Charles Vane scene all over again. Rock in a room full of people that don't like him, sitting there
yeah.
staring around.
The stare is not, constant. It's like a couple of them look, and they are going back to talk, and another is like it's a kind of rhythm because another couple
Mhm.
of at that point is, they are like all taking turns randomly, but in a very well coordinated way to look at what you guys are doing.
Sure.
Yeah,
They're gonna.
and they're not being coy for us. They're being coy for anybody else who's in the hotel.
So
Hmm.
they're gonna get a very
Yeah.
boring show because I'm gonna sip my coffee, just sort of relax and talk to the lady. But also every once in a while, I'll take a little spoon and I'll take a little bit of the coffee and I'll like feed one of the snakes and
And what
the
you think
one
is,
the one that's like really sleepy that always like tries to
Mhm.
fall over and I'm like no. Just-
Now,
Sorry,
fair
boss.
enough.
now, Miss
Got a
Verace.
little giggle, but very, 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 very soft. She just raised her hand. She's covered, and she just is smiling a
It's
little
kind
bit.
of funny. It's
Yeah,
like
but that's the best reaction you can get out of
hey, it's
her.
better than nothing.
At this point, do we have our drinks?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. Miss Verace, unless there's more clues that you can give us, or maybe you want to wait till we can um, bring the captain in on that, that would be fine as well. Um, I would like to take the time, since we have probably 2 hours, if not maybe more, before we get an answer back, to maybe get to know each other. Um, and I don't want to dig into who you are, but and he holds up the ring, but what you are, as I have found myself walking the same path or a similar one. If there's anything that you could uh, maybe let me in on, help me with, uh,
Listen,
any any learning I can get from someone who is clearly as well versed in the weave, it would be uh, quite helpful.
with a just a gesture, you see her, moving her spoon without touching it, almost like a telekinetic
Mm-hmm.
thing. But it's like a just press the digitation, and
Mm-hmm.
she just smile a little bit,
Oh, great magic.
and she put it on the side, and she said, "I was very young, 12, 13, as you probably already understood, where I was when my father died. My mom was in grief, and I needed to grow up. A young lady with not much of a prospect, because society expect from you to be already capable of taking care of yourself at a certain point, and if you don't, your parents are supposed to do it for you. And I looked for help, and they were there. The Sisterhood of Darkness. They deal with necromancy and
Mm.
death. Yes, the Coven of Pain help you to deal with your grief. They are very capable with that. However, I was not looking for grief and reconciliation, I was looking for vengeance. So I joined. They welcomed me, and I did their very difficult and very demanding task and trials. But there was a moment where I needed to make a choice, losing my eyes, not literally, but metaphorically, forever. Um, and I wasn't ready for it. And at the time, I met this very young fellow, Francisco. I didn't care about his status and his very wealthy family, and he didn't care about mine. We were young, foolish, and fall in love. I was pregnant before I said I do, but they didn't know. Uh, the order told me you can carry on and be a part-time witch, I will say, or you can just live your life as a mother. And yeah, that's what I did. But I'm still very, very connected to them.
Mm.
What can I
Do
say?
you Do
I
you
don't
want
know
this
if I made
back?
the right decision.
Hmm. No. I I don't know either. No. Do you want this back, or does it belong to them?
Technically speaking, it belongs to them. But if you want to give it back to me, I will accept it.
Is it as it is? Uh, Trying to think of how I want to say this.
Mhm.
Is it something that I would have to earn to be able to use? It seems reticent to give up any of its help to me when I'm using magic, unless I'm
Yes,
using the
you
wrong
will
kind.
not doing that.
Hmm.
um, the Sisterhood has a very all the witches of Bolivar have a very peculiar line of magic.
Hmm.
They deal with fate, not with just magic per se.
Hmm.
Their domain is not the element, is not it's not time, is not how I would call it necromancy per se. It's the alteration of fate itself, and that is something that you need to put your fate in it.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I ever could do that. Rock just shakes his head. Nope.
It it is not something that I chose. It found its way on me.
Mm.
I don't know if that is part of the curse for them to be able to find us, but I would be happy to give it back to you if it could be given to you.
Oh yeah, it can give it back to me. I will.
He holds his hand out and kind of like pushes the ring off of the finger with the thumb. Uh,
It's make a little. I mean, it's a little bit difficult. It's, you
mhm,
try to put it to take it out, and it
mhm.
seems a little bit stuck.
Well,
Seems
that's why he's kind of holding his hand out to her so that she can. So maybe if she were to touch it, she'd find it easier to take it off because
Mhm.
he's probably has been like jerking on it at times. Like, okay, this thing doesn't come off no matter what.
No,
It's and like he's probably like even spinning it on his finger. It's like, no, this thing it's loose. It's not. It should just pull right over
yeah,
that
you're
knuckle.
just
But it
supposed to be doing this, and it
yeah,
came
but
have
it
you
but
supposed to came
you know what I
out.
mean.
have you
So
tried
he's
grease or like you know what I mean? Like I mean, what have you tried so far? Rock will like now try to work it on a puzzle because it's
uh,
better than the conversation that he had. So
so
it's like,
so
what's the new
he
puzzle?
I don't even look at Rock, but I'm kind of like I'm pushing it with my thumb, but holding my hand out to her to kind of say, I think you have to take it off
She just
if you will.
she just take a second, and she just reach for it for a second, and she just stop and look at you, smile for a second, and you realize that this woman know how to play her cards, and
Mm,
she just said, "Why don't we wait until your captain is here, and we see how the deal goes?"
that's fair.
And she,
I just
retreat her hand.
I just wanted to make sure that you would be able to help me with this. If you
Right.
took it off, I am a man of my word. I'm not going to renege on uh, the promise, at least that I have made to you.
Oh,
And I
believe.
feel confident that the captain will happily take you aboard.
I have a question about healing potions. Now, sorry if it interrupts. If we were
No,
to like lop like his finger off and have the ring fall off, could we healing potion his finger back on and then like have the ring rung loose? I want to know if disfiguring, if it happens like right after, can he just, drinks it down and then his hand gets fixed?
if the hand get fixed very quickly,
So
yes,
it's just got to get it
but
right.
it is going to take a few days before he can operate properly. It's not
No,
like
right. Yeah, yeah, right. It's not like it'll be like you have a red finger for like
Yeah,
three
you have
days.
a finger that is dying and is slowly getting back to health.
Hmm.
Okay. Not that I want to try that right now, but Rock is going, okay, if that doesn't work, he's looking at he looks at Garvis's hand and he looks and he goes, nah, I'll wait until that becomes a problem.
Rock, if I felt like it was that big of a deal, I'd cut my own finger off.
Yeah,
uh,
I mean,
if
I just want to know how it would go. Right? He's just working out the thing, you know.
I can show you how it would go. And he pulls a little
No,
knife out
no,
towards
no.
you.
I
I can
just
show you how easily fingers come off.
the
And
are you actually taking
no. You
out a
really
no,
should
knife?
not pull out a knife
I
in this
don't I
place.
don't pull the knife out, but I kind of like I pull the dagger out a little bit to show him, and then I slide it
No,
back in,
no.
Okay,
and
as soon as
and
you
I
put your hand on the dagger, just the hand of the dagger,
uh-huh.
6 people stand up.
Garvis, put your
I don't
hand back.
I don't even look at them. I just push it back in, and I don't take my eyes off of Rock.
And you see with a gesture Lady Vorashi just dismiss them and they sit down.
I was only
Rock,
working
Rock,
on.
Rock. I'm sorry. Garvis just kind of laughs a little bit and looks back at her like this is just a fun game we play.
I look at Garvis and I'm like, I was only. He didn't even really say it out loud. He was just like thinking, like, if like you could see him sussing it up, right? Like, oh, if we do it really fast, we can just get rid of the ring. We don't have to worry about this anymore. And then him grabbing for the knife, and it's like, no, 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 no.
In all of this, we move the camera
Yeah,
away from you
that's
guys
fine.
for a
That's a
second.
funny cut.
Yeah,
It's a funny cut because we see
have fun, Miguel.
Miguel rushing through the street of Roathan, followed by Hot Pot, getting to the first booth available and try to reach Captain Elvida. And in all of this, unfortunately, you didn't see um, Geraldine at all.
That's unfortunate.
She wasn't outside. She didn't shows up. So there is a good chance that she's still there. Very well hidden, but she didn't leave Jarvis and Rock behind.
Well, the very least, I'd give her get the first item, get the captain, and then maybe talk to Geraldine about getting the third item. Not just gonna go into her space. That's no. A
Okay.
breach of privacy, a breach of like trust, and also, yeah, no thanks.
Now, fair enough. So, rushing towards the captain, you literally reach the deck. Almost, your, your breath is a little bit cut, even if you didn't row to get here, but the stress, the anxiety, is just pushing you to get to the captain. That, lucky for you, is on deck and see you coming. You are on pot. And there is a puzzled expression on her face because she was expecting the 5 of you, not just 2. So
Captain.
she just came closer to you. What's going on?
So unexpected. So I have a late. I look around. Is anyone? We're on the ship, right?
Yes, you are on the ship. There is no one else except the crew.
Okay. So we met with Lady Vrachi. She was
Gachi?
yeah,
Were you going to talk with Senator Graves?
that was the plan. And when we got there, there was Lady Vrachi instead, and she is very interested in meeting with you.
Okay, wait a second. Okay. All our snake are staring at you right now.
Let me explain.
Yeah.
I explained the situation, going into exactly what happened, what she wants, um, and how
Okay.
originally she was going to just follow us onto the ship, but we had convinced her to stay behind.
Okay, especially because if you were going to do that, I was going to have you leashed, but that's another story. Please carry on.
I rightfully so. Moving right along. So, here I am, going to try to acquire said items. So, and sounds like she wishes to talk to you.
Okay, so she wants to talk with me. That's interesting.
I'm sorry, Captain. We didn't mean to put you in this. I'm sorry for putting you in this position.
You know you walk right into a trap. There's no
Oh,
chance that she was going to be alone there.
I honestly expected the senator, and then that happened. I did expect it, at least some sort of a trap, but
What? So you are trusting this woman that she's telling you the truth, that she will just want those things. What if what she really wants is to have me there and, let's say, cut the head of snakes so rest of crew is easy to catch later. And this all of this is just a ruse to get me there. Have you think about that?
he takes a moment and thinks about it. He's gonna take a second and try to. He tries to think back to what what was it? At least like at least to him, she seemed passionate about trying to find her items, but no, I didn't think about that. No, she seemed genuine, but honestly, that also I also could be misreading her.
Yeah. I mean, you're not being part of, Vrachi's family without being teach how to deal with people. They're fitting their surname. They are ravenous. They are voracious. They are eating their enemy. Not in a literal way, of course. But they are one of the seventh most influential family in Obolowa, and you don't get there without enemies and how to deal with them.
So what do we do? Well, what do we do, Captain? Because I can try
Okay,
to get her
he
items
can
back,
come
and
on board alone. You can escort her here on our turf. We are not going there.
you're not.
And in the meantime, you're bringing her here. We are prepping ship. Because I don't want surprise. I don't want to be bored. And I don't want other ships getting closer. So you tell her exactly this. She approached my crew without my leave. She tried to lure me in a den of snakes. I don't like that. So she disrespected you and me first. So she's no enemy and she wants to come on board. She need to walk here empty-handed without any protection or hidden crew somewhere else. We are going to treat her with respect if she shows respect to us first.
He gives a determined look and nod. I'm like, understood, Captain.
Also, she wants those family relic. Can I get that? If that is what she really wants, we don't need them. We can give it back. But why she she wants me at the end. Why we supposed to help her? We don't have any obligation towards her at the end of the day. We steal from her. That person was in the way. It was, a, you know, casualty of a of job. I don't care.
She wants leave. Either Hot Pot or Garvis was the one who she was after someone of the Shadow Consortium.
Hmm, good luck with that. I
And
mean,
I think one of them we went on the job on our first job. It's I think one of them killed the person she was after, and now she wants us
hmm,
to help her.
okay. Those are my terms. You tell
Yep.
them those. In the meantime, you go prepared. Miguel,
Yes.
very careful because, and I'm not saying this to scare you or to threat you. I'm just trying you to make sure you're very careful about what you're going to be their next step. If she doesn't follow those rules, I'm fear that you are not going to see your family. If you catch my meaning.
His eyes widen for a second and gives a nod.
And this is not just you specifically. She just, do a gesture to all the crew.
Looks around at the crew. Has gotten to know at least know some of them. Played some cards with them.
Hmm.
Grown fond. He has grown fond of them. So he doesn't want to see them hurt. So gives a looks around, nods. Hi,
There is
Captain.
a couple of people, just sharing a glance, nodding your direction. And, you know, you were there. You heard that conversation. For your point of view, Miss Farashi was, very, real in her emotion and what she wants and etc. Her words, her feelings were, right there. But at the same time, she can be a very, very good liar. You, Google plenty of those in your life. You've seen many of those. You know how they can twist in a way that profit them. And if what Alvida just said is true, that her family is one of the seven most powerful family in Obolawa. Hmm.
Actually, that does beg the question. If she was that powerful, why couldn't she get the information that she needed already?
That's a good question. That's also steer your gear.
He starts thinking about these things. This is
Anyway,
kind of anyway. Captain Dwight, like apparently Geraldine has one of her said effects. I didn't. She's still unsure. I think if I
hmm,
probably still with hidden close by with
I'm
Garvis
not
and
surprised. Geraldine usually is very good, we'll say, guard dog. Uh, don't let, don't tell her that I say that. Anyway,
I didn't hear anything, Captain. Do I grab? I should at the very least grab the other item.
yeah.
I don't think
You
it.
know
I mean,
what?
it
No,
does.
no, no. Don't give her nothing.
Okay.
She wants stuff. She come here and take it. As I said, she need to follow my rule and show me respect, and not just to me as a captain of this crew, but to the crew itself.
All right. He takes note of her exact words
Hmm.
and the same inflection as she said it in. Gives a nod and he heads back. Is Hopot staying, or am I going back by myself?
At this point, just for the sake of,
Yeah.
um, let's say the hot pot stay, because the captain will give him a task, and the task is related to what expecting you when you get back to the ship. So you're very, very, you know, felt travel back towards the uh, hotel lobby. It's filled with a lot of doubt. There is a lot of things that you're thinking, like, yeah, maybe the captain is not completely wrong about what is going on. Maybe Lady Warachi is actually, doing some kind of machination there, or why, if the family is so powerful, didn't help her on the things? Because of course you didn't hear all the bits of the conversation. So the hotel called Lady's Fortune's Glory is waiting for you. And when you get back there, those one are still in a conversation, quite polite. However, as soon as you step in, you feel that the tension, it didn't goes down. At least one of the side of this conversation is still very unguarded. So please, guys, interact.
I
Uh,
walk back.
Oh, so did you get the things we needed?
I look at you and I look at Jarvis and then I look at Lady Verace's like, my lady, let me tell you exactly what my captain has said. And then he proceeds to say her exact words and the exact with a little added exact what inflections that she had. If you want me to roll a form check or something on that.
um, No, I think Miguel, especially because of your past as an arena performer and etc., with your 3 dots in performance, you can pretty much do a very spot-on interpretation of the captain right now. But if you want to roll it, please be my guest. I
I'm
would
gonna roll it because I
love
could
to
botch
have
it.
a roll for this.
I could botch it. Of course I'm gonna roll. Let's go. All
Yeah, go for it.
right. All
And in
right.
all of this, how Jarvis and Rock react to
I
this bits of the conversation? Of course, you're not interfering; you're just listening. I
right,
want
right.
just to know your reaction.
As Miguel is telling us all this, my only thing going through my character's mind is, oh, I'm so glad we told her first. Oh man, like his face is probably like he's trying to keep it stone while she's saying this, but there's this thing behind it where you can just tell, like he's like, oh man, that was the right call. Okay.
All right, 19.
19
Uh, yes.
plus your 3 in performance,
That
and
was including the three in performance.
okay, 19. Very, very good. Jarvis, what was your reaction?
Um, Jarvis, I imagine Miguel would have said, the captain decided not to send the things because, you know, they weren't all accessible, but they were inviting her aboard, and so Jarvis is definitely kind of like giving her a side glance and a smile, like, "See, I told you she's gonna do the right thing and at least hear you out."
Hmm.
And
Anyway,
he's also thinking in the back of his mind, if I had brought you aboard, we would all be, beaten in front of you. So that would have been the wrong thing, and that would have started out the conversation the wrong way.
let's say that do, taking a decision so big behind your captain's is still is not mutiny, but it's still considered very,
Oh,
very bad.
oh yeah, no, that was never an option to just invite somebody onto the boat in
No.
that, unless she was willing to go in handcuffs.
I mean, if she
Anyway,
was willing to go in handcuffs, I'd be more afraid of the
we
magic stuff that she can do.
we have a prisoner who
yeah.
can blow the boat up.
So Miguel, take a critical token because you got
Nice.
a 19. I will say is a crit, and your it your retelling of what the captain says is so spot on that for a moment both Rock and Jarvis, you got the feelings that the captain is there. It's just, it's like, is all the situation with Miguel family all over again? The spirit of the captain is now in Miguel's body of some sort. However, Lady Varashi react to all of this very calm, very poised, and she's just smile at the end. She just stand up and with a gesture, 8 people in the room stand up and start to walk away.
Okay. Oh, I'm not gonna say anything because I don't want to make her mad. So I'm just gonna be like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
I'll wait for her to say something.
Okay, guess we're going.
Excellent.
I'm pretty sure she wanted to make sure she had no weapons on her too.
I don't think that we have to worry about that. Lady Varachi, let us escort you to our captain.
We should at least.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm gonna put my hand on
Rock
Rock and go, Rock, daggers are not how she deals with things. You
Plus,
cannot disarm this person.
I don't need. I don't want bad blood between me and your captain. I'm not here to steer hostility. I just want to say that I just sent my people to grab my stuff. They will not follow me. I just asking them to get some of my personal effect that you will be in charge of.
You hear that, Rock? You'll be in charge of it. Pat you on the chest. Let's find a nice boat for you.
That's fine. Let's get going then.
After a couple of minutes, a couple of those people that you have seen, one of them is this Sifiote guys with this tentacular beard, very dark skin, almost black, that has this strange kind of membrane. Is like all between their tentacle is like webbed, and the tip of every tentacle is with a little hook.
Yeah, those are probably poisonous. I'll probably look at what he's got going on there.
Yeah, they are. Just to you guys know, you know the vampire squid.
Oh,
Yes.
The red vampire squid is a specific kind of. This is a humanoid version of it. It is a specific Sifiote race breed, and he just bring this quite elegant, quite small suitcase.
his curiosity get the better of him as this big vampire squid man is.
No,
is
it's not big. It's not big.
He's like okay.
It's probably a little bit a little bit more. Okay, so think about this. You are 175, like 5.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, about
like this.
Regular human size, yeah.
Yeah, he's a little bit shorter than you.
Okay.
Just a little bit. It's like, but not, it's not hot pot size, but it's something in between you and hot pot.
Okay.
And he's just bringing this along.
As we're walking, in a sort of a friendly gesture, I'll be like, so is it a paralyzed or is it the thing that makes your blood? And he's kind of asking about venom because he's interested in poisons and assassins. So he goes, what?
He look at you for a moment, like he's a big red eye because they're big compared to the rest. It's just.
I mean, it's not in a mean way, just sort of a casual way. It's like I'll tell you
that, and he just said, they are paralyzing, so I can.
Nice.
And he just.
I'm going to lean over and I'm going to remove the bag from his hands gingerly.
It just for a second is like is a little bit.
I'm showing interest.
Staring at Rock, and he's just, okay.
As a person that uses venom, I'm showing interest in another creature that uses venom. This is not in not a weird or degrading way. Just I'm curious. Rock is a curious character.
Didn't expect that.
Okay.
Jarvis is going to take the bag and he's going to like kind of not too hard, but he's going to like thrust it into your gut a little bit and go. What? I wish you could use those paralyzation daggers on him right now. We need to go.
Wait, we are leaving. I'm not stopping the motion. Okay, we are moving.
Liberace just turned towards the man and say, Vasco, do me a favor. Tell the rest of the staff that I will be going back home by myself. And she turned and started to follow you.
I'm gonna look at the guy. Does he have any like reaction? I look for any like minute reaction to
No,
see.
it's just nodding and staring at the three of you a little bit suspiciously, but especially you, Rock. But
I was just curious. Rock
no,
was just curious.
it's like all of a sudden it was a question he didn't expect, so you caught him right surprised.
Right, that's fine. That's exactly the point.
Yeah, and at that point, where you guys are starting to get out from behind some of the plants and the palms and etc., the figure of Geraldine just emerge.
Jesus.
That
Lady Varachi.
everyone at that point freak out. It's like, what the fuck is that?
I
I'll
don't.
just go, Lady Varachi.
Sorry about that. She has that
Let me
effect.
introduce you to the final member of our party. This is Geraldine. She is our
Supply
galley-
officer. She's our supply officer.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Supply officer.
That's the truth.
And Geraldine
Something
just
like that.
Geraldine in her those very tall figure, very super skinny, just super lanky and etc. She just take a couple of steps, do a very weird curtsy, and just say hello.
See, she's rather harmless. Looking
And
at her.
Lady Varachi just, oh, that's interesting.
Can I make an insight check on her to see if she has any concern in her expression?
Yes, you can go for it. Please be my guest. Everyone
I might as well
inside,
At
please.
least try. All right, cunning. This is one of my better abilities. Come on, phone.
Let's see. Insight is for me.
All right, so I got a 5 and a 6. So the 6 explodes, and a 4. So that's 15 plus 3. So it's an 18. So it's at least
All right.
it's okay.
So I'll be
This
rolling.
is definitely a success. I'm waiting for
Yeah,
Rock.
I'm gonna be rolling 8 dice because of my insight and insight and cunning. So insight and cunning, 8 dice.
Okay, I can tell you this, Jarvis, for right now. She's definitely interested and concerned at the same time. That is the vibe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I got 2 6s and a 5. I guess I re-roll 2 or 1. I'm trying to think of 3.
2 of them because you go inside a 3. So,
all right, so it's already 17 before I start rolling the 6s. Okay.
You have 5 dots in cunning.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 dots
So
in
4
cunning.
dots in cunning, but I have 3 in insight.
Insight.
I thought you
His insight quite high.
I thought you said you rolled 8
I
dice.
did roll 8 dice.
That's 4.
Hold on,
that's
sorry.
4 and 3. Should have been 7.
4 and 3 is 7.
Okay.
Not the hard.
That's okay. I had double 5s, so it would have worked out the same.
It's fine.
But anyway.
I was just confused by that.
No, you got me. I accidentally rolled an extra one, but that's okay because one of them was a double. All right, anyway, so I had 12 and then 1, so 13. Shit, I just lost my count. Hold on.
So it's 17, and now you need to roll 2 d6s.
Right. So I rolled one of the 2d6s and got a 1, unfortunately, and now I'm going to roll the other one.
Okay, so 18.
All right, now we add 5.
Okay.
And then we add my cunning modifier, which is 2.
So 23 plus your cunning modifier to 25.
25.
Okay. So you got exactly the same result of Jarvis. However, you got also something else. There is definitely like an understanding of what she's looking at
Fair. Yeah, I
more
figured that
than
might be the
what
case.
you had the first time you got Geraldine. Now you know a little bit more, but you spend time with him.
Right.
Lady Vorashi was like, "Oh, that's what. Oh, you
It,
have these things on board. Hmm, interesting."
it's like two people of a related thing, but they're not part of the same thing. You know what I mean? Like it's when you have because they're both involved in sort of necromancy, but they're on completely different sides of it. Okay, gotcha.
Well, she's
Um,
probably also thinking, "Wow, maybe I did get the right crew for this." You
Or
Maybe,
know?
maybe.
maybe she's
maybe.
worried, like, maybe this is not going to go as smoothly as I think it is. Did they
Well,
say
no,
that out
but
of character?
not even so much that, but she might be thinking if they agree to this, this might be the crew that will actually be able to dig into what I need. So she might be thinking this is actually
Well,
like the more I meet these people,
to
the better it's getting.
to be fair, she could also be thinking, hey, they actually went out here and did this negotiation and didn't just have Geraldine jump out of the shadows and like attack her from, you know what I mean? Like
That too.
we had
Like
Geraldine, we told her to come down, she came down and
we have
but
it
like
we at least have the
we didn't ambush
the
her.
class and the like, we didn't panic and go let's fight our way out of this because we know we have Geraldine in the shadows. We heard her out, we talked to her, and I think we're also showing her like the way we are is the way our captain is. So as much as the captain might be irritated right now, we also know that the captain is going to handle things
What
in a very very hospitable, charismatic
Mhm.
kind of a
here's
manner.
here's how I consider Rockwood's thing. He goes, okay, so they could have used this as a lure to get me away from my people and had Geraldine just attack me from the shadows, but they didn't. They said this is the thing that we're going with, and they stuck to their word. And if she gets that, she gets that. If she doesn't, she doesn't. And so I will just look at Lady Varashi, who's looking at her, and I go, "Yep, well, we're gonna get going. We're gonna get moving. That's what we're doing."
Gal's just kind of focused because he's like unsure where the situation's going to lead, but he is on edge.
As long as she's still okay with Geraldine being there, as long as she isn't doing anything, then I guess we're
No,
good.
actually, you actually holding her luggage, and Lady Voraci is just fixing her corset and just asking you to lead.
Okay, off we go.
And she just politely introduced herself to Geraldine with her complete full name that you heard for the first time. Lady Carla Renmari Voraci. That's her complete name. And
And Manrari, I'm sorry,
Renmari.
Ren Mari. That was her father's name. That's her maiden name.
Yes, that's her
Yeah.
maiden
So
name.
making sure I had that.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, no, absolutely. I'm going to also writing it down in the chat so you guys can.
Right.
Thank you.
And Geraldine answer back very politely. With she does the
Right.
again the lit curtsy that is a little bit
Yeah, she
awkward.
has an aristocratic background. A lot of things happened to her, but she used to be an aristocrat of some sort, from what I remember.
No, Geraldine was a scholar,
Oh, a scholar, someone, yeah, but someone of renown. Right.
but that's another story. The thing is, Geraldine also introduced herself with her full name. That is Geraldine Moline, and that is the moment where you have confirmation that she's from Fradeker. That Moline is definitely from the area.
Um,
You can all roll me an history check if you want.
history. Nope. I'm not gonna roll history. I'm not good at it.
Okay. I will say this because you come from Fradeker, you
Right.
got +3 on the roll. So even if you don't
Okay.
have the skill, I will give you that bonus because that is your country. It's like where
Gotcha.
you come from.
History is wisdom. Wisdom is still 3 dice.
I'm gonna roll a history check.
Perfect.
Wisdom 3 dice. You wouldn't believe me if I told you, but I got 3 6s on my wisdom check of 3 dice.
So you because you don't have the proficiency on the skill, you keep the
I
highest and the
know.
lowest.
I
So
know.
a 12
12.
plus 3 plus your wisdom modifier.
Plus my wisdom modifier, which is 1. So 4, 16.
16 on an unskilled roll.
On an
That's a
unskilled
very
roll.
good one.
Unskilled.
14 for me.
14
I'm gonna
from
keep these
Miguel.
dice. They roll high. Jesus.
I
And Jarvis,
rolled.
did you roll
I
or not?
rolled. I rolled. Initially, I rolled 2 6s, and then I rolled another exploded 6
What the
with
hell?
a 19.
Okay,
What is
so
with these dice?
out of nowhere, the mention of Lady Voraci's name for you was like like completely flatline. But every one of you, as soon as Geraldine say her surname, you jump on the information like ping, and I will give a critical token to all of you just for the fun of it. Yeah, just for
Let's
the sake of
go.
like giving you
Oh,
this.
good.
Um, the Moline family is one of the most famous alchemical family of Fradeker. They are the alchemist of the king.
Mm,
Mm.
gotcha.
Okay, so that doesn't tell you much more, but they are the people that, at least technically speaking, work for the family, for the royal family. That doesn't mean they are noble, but they
Right.
definitely have interaction with them.
Okay, so Fradiker,
Yes.
right, is where she's from.
Yeah.
And that is related to the place where Varachi is from.
Absolutely.
So her father, as a senator, would have had some dealing, direct, probably depending on considering how big of a deal this deal he was trying to put together was, probably had a very close relationship with the king of Fradiker. So there is a 6 points of separation kind of an idea going on here between Varachi and Geraldine.
I will say this. Yeah, you can start to connect the dots. However, it's not like the king is interact with it with every ambassador that comes over.
No.
Probably he send someone to interact with them,
Mm-hmm.
but definitely, he knew of them. And the king of Fradeker is, of course, at the time we are talking 25 years ago, so
Of
not
course.
probably not the king that is in power right now. But
Mm-hmm.
the previous king, it was probably organized, was part of the people that organized this meeting,
And that's
because
all I'm saying. Yeah, from
yes,
that point of view, her father would have been working with the court of the current king's father, in a
yeah,
sense.
yes, probably.
Just not knowing that history, and I wonder how much Jarvis would actually know of that, but he might know. He might have read some of these historical things at some point with that kind of a role, and
Hmm.
everybody else would probably know some of these histories as well. So we can especially Rock being from there, we all
Right.
kind of are putting this together like that's how closely this whole thing is tied together. And Jarvis is going to kind of squeeze the ring of fate on his hand a little bit tighter and just kind of wonder what we've gotten ourselves into, like in a good way. But
Hmm.
as
Hmm.
we walk back to the ferry boat, Miss
That will bring
Barachi,
you
are you happy
towards.
to take are you happy to take any ferry, or is there one in particular you would uh, be more inclined to take?
You ask Lady Orachi.
Yes.
He's just like, oh, I thought you were leading the way, sir.
Oh,
So
I
please.
don't,
Yep.
I don't mind. I know but
Nope.
I'm
We're gonna
asking.
take this one, the one that I took earlier.
Okay,
No,
that's fine.
I was just going to
Okay.
ask her. I was just trying to be polite to ask her if she
Uh,
had an opinion on a
Okay.
boat.
but
Yeah, but
yeah, I was about to say I can.
no, like not
I make a
unfortunately.
motion
I'm
like we
gonna
shouldn't let
veto
her
that.
decide. Unfortunately.
And as much as I love to, I'm gonna veto that. We're using this one.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm sorry. You
No,
must understand.
that's fine with me.
So, when the ferry boat get to the ship, of course, there is a big difference between where you are and the deck, because you are still in the middle of the ocean. You didn't get to the pier or anything like this. So there is no again plank to go on board and etc. So Lady Voraci need to use the little ladder that is on the side of the ship. So you guys don't need to decide who goes first, and who goes last will not see what's going on there until they reach the top.
I kind of want to go last just because it's funny. I'll let other people kind of go
I'll
ahead.
go first
There
because
you go.
I'll
Okay,
just go.
So
so
are we letting Lady Varachi go up first? Is that what you're
no,
saying?
no,
And
I'm
then we're
asking. I'm asking. That's
I think Miguel first, as because
I'm gonna go
they were
first.
assigned the task, and then followed by
Mhm.
Farachi, followed by you, followed by me. That
Sure.
sounds appropriate.
so Miguel, you are the first to see this. Everyone is on deck. Everyone.
Hmm.
Every single member of the crew is on deck. Every single member of the crew right now is holding a gun.
No, I didn't. I didn't plan this. If things get
I
shot.
walk in.
But
I
they are not pointing. They are just, you know,
they're
right
there.
there, ready.
Prepared.
Some of them is like just leaning on a rifle like this, just resting on it. In Captain Olvida is in the middle of all of this, and when you step in, she just give you a gesture and and point at the deck at your feet, and you see that there are traced symbols on it. And you instinctively, carefully just try to step out of those symbols and this circle.
Yep, I carefully slink myself away from it. I follow the directions of my captain, and I
And
off to the
Lady
side.
Voraci just get on
Yep.
and look around, look at the ground, and step in the middle of the circle.
Yep.
And at that point, you two see the same.
Oh, okay. As I get up onto the boat, I'll see the. I don't know what those do, but I hope that they're not gonna like vaporize her or something.
So
Uh, yeah.
so Jarvis is going to come up behind her as she's stepping into the circle. And you said there's a I just want to make sure I'm following it right. It's not just a circle of people, but there's a circle. There's
No,
like a
there are
runic
circle and
circle.
symbol on
Yeah.
the deck. They're being
Yes.
created with paint and salt.
Sure. And can Jarvis get an idea of what that is at a quick glance?
Yes. Can you have me roll an arcane check, please?
Sure. I think that's the
Or
same.
occultism. Also religion. One of those three can be
I'm
good.
gonna just try to avoid the circle as I get on board because I do not want to get near that.
Do I get the plus for my I get +1 occult arcane when interpreting runes, spells, and
Yes,
curses?
yes, you can.
Great. So come on, just get out of the way. Sorry, just
No worries.
3,
Take your
4,
time.
5.
We are here also to roll dice, not just to chat.
Yep. I got a 5 and a 6, so I'll load the 6 and a 2, so that's 13, 14, 15.
Okay. You're not completely sure what is it. you don't see like you get a glance and say, oh, this is what is exactly that. But
Hmm.
however, you got a general feelings that there is some kind of barrier, some
Hmm.
kind of religious things of you realize this, okay? Because one of the symbol and one of the rune is clear. This is something of Vastaria. This
Hmm.
is the bear of wisdom. So this is a clerical spell
Hmm. Hmm.
that you
So,
know your captain is capable of,
uh-huh.
and so wherever this is a kind of barrier that she made,
Hmm.
probably to hold off whatever Lady Vorash is capable, but you don't
Hmm.
know how exactly.
Does it look like it is activated, or does it look like something that could be activated?
It doesn't looks like it's activated right now.
Hmm. And it's just big enough for Varachi to stand in.
No, it's a little bit bigger.
Okay. And finally, I also could make the wild assumption that Lady Varachi saw it as well and stepped into it knowing what it was.
That was pretty much clear. Yes.
Hmm. I'm not going to step into it, but I am going to step somewhat close,
Hmm.
um, and just kind of keep an eye on the captain as I move towards her, as I move toward Varachi, but not to stand in between her and the captain.
No, especially because the if you wanted to step between her and the captain, you need to literally just step, like just pass in front of Lady Voraci,
Yeah, yeah,
because
and I'm not.
it, the
I
captain
understand
is right there.
yeah, I understand what protocol is. But I'm showing the captain that this was, a lot of this was kind of my decision, and so as to take the heat off of off the other people, to kind of say, you know, I'm kind of presenting her in a sense,
Hmm.
but I'm standing as much at attention as a pirate would.
Okay. Like I
Lady
said,
Voraci at that point. Sorry, no, please,
no,
Rock.
I was gonna say I just remembered that I got on last, so I just avoid. I try to like get away from the circle as much as possible, climbing aboard.
Hmm.
That's it.
When Lady Voraci stepped in the middle of the circle, she went immediately looking at Captain Elvida and said, Captain, I didn't come here to stir conflict. And as soon as she started the sentence, she got cut short by a very, very sharp tone. You approach my crew without me. Then alone tell how little you understand about command, Lady Voraci. You speak of reason. You speak of no conflict while steering against my crew and me in Shadow Corner. You want something back, you speak to me directly, not throwing smirk, riddles, or anything you were going through. I apologize. I respect your word. This is the reason why I'm here right now. I needed to know if your crew still, was just following orders or was eventually capable to arrange this meeting. I'm not your enemy, Captain. I just want to talk, and I don't want to walk away empty-handed. I'm come too far, and I buried too much. Miss Furachi, everyone's buried something. Everyone buried someone. It doesn't give them the right to dig up mine, but I'll hear your terms, so speak them now. There is a moment of pause, and quite a confident, kind of firm, diplomatic tone from Lady Vorach. My terms are simple, are thus just three. I want to retrieve my family relics that your crew recover from my vault. Number two, I will travel with you until my business is concluded. No more, no less. And 3, I swear no arms to you, your crew, or your interest. I'm honestly ask an act of kindness to repay what you stole from me. And what I get in return. Because on this ship, trust is earned, not bargain. She smiled, and you have a favor. A favor in the Voraci's name. Also, just to make for everyone clear, if you let me walk away without what I'm asking, we all know that someone else, less polite than me, will come here knocking next. Captain Alvida eyes narrow, or her snakes are pointed towards Lady Voraci, and you guys can feel the tension between those two women. Fine, but hear me clear. On this ship, you follow my rules. You so much of whisper about what we are doing or try to convince one of the member of my crew of different things than I said. I'll toss you, your stuff, all the people that will follow you into the tide, wrapped in lace and every other anti-curse things that I can found on this world. She turns toward you, guys. Lady Vorashi is going to be on this ship, but remember this, she's not guest, she's cargo. Until I say otherwise. Lady Vorashi just bow slightly. Let's lift the anchor, Captain. I think we have things to chase and depths to unearth. Am I right? There is a scoff from your captain.
Captain, may I?
We are going to talk in my cabin for now. Everyone! And she just started to shout command in order to leave. Lady Voraci is being immediately surrounded by Wuhan and Hot Pot and escorted down, while the other will just, I think, follow Captain Alvida in her cabin.
Did they just put Lady
And
Varashi downstairs with
You don't know.
Geraldine?
you know what? She's cargo, and that's all we know.
That's where the
And
cargo goes.
that's
That's
where,
right.
you know what? I'm
Just
not.
saying. Um, okay, well, they kind of know each other. That'll be interesting. Uh,
I
all right.
call the captain.
Does Geraldine come with the rest of us, or does Geraldine go downstairs?
Geraldine will go downstairs.
All right, so it'll be the three of us dealing with this.
I think she just asked for you to talk in the cabin, or did she ask
Yeah,
for all of us?
but she just turn and just give you a gesture to follow.
Yeah, I'm right behind her.
She just walk in. She stands still at first, very silent, hands behind her back. Then she turns slowly, very controlled. you feel the gaze of all of her snakes on you guys. It's not a judgmental stare, but there is going to be a discussion right now.
Yep.
Listen, I don't blame what you have done. You had a task, very simple, deliver a message to Senator Graves. Something steer that out of, the route that we decided. You needed to change plan, and I get it. However, this was dangerous. You didn't put just yourself at risk. You understand that?
Yes.
That's why we didn't want. That's why we didn't want her to just come to the boat. We wanted there to be a time where you could discuss and think about what needs to get done.
Yeah, that's not the problem, Rock. Okay? That's not the problem. The problem is like you don't go blind to a meeting like this. Because if Lady Vorachi wasn't truthful, you were going to ended up death at that meeting. And you are my
Captain,
crew, and I trust you. I trust you with storm, with cannon fire, with blood. However, I also worried because this thing is getting bigger and bigger. It's not just a chase for a treasure. It became there is something that I feel is exploding in our face.
very much so.
I mean,
Captain, if I may.
Yes, please sit down.
Uh,
And she just turn and start to go towards her desk. She doesn't
Rock,
sit on her
Rock.
usual chair. She sit on the on the desk.
Mhm.
I find a spot to sit.
Jarvis sits down. We we went to mail the letter. In fact, we had already paid the bill, and then the postman said we had something already. We took the other letter back, assuming that Graves was already here to talk to us. And turned out that it was Lady Varachi. Yes, it was dangerous. The person who we stole from wanted to have a meeting with us, but she knew we were going to be here. There was no reason to avoid it. If we had avoided it, she would have just followed us, right? She had a spell on the statuette. She knew right where we were the whole time. She wanted to exact her her Verace on us, then she would have. There would have been nothing to stop her. She So it was a calculated risk. I think it's one that will pay off. I don't want to dabble with the Shadow Consortium, but we already have, and that's my fault. I'll take that. But if she can help us deal with the group that is already following us, and he looks at Miguel and harrowing our families, then I think that it is a relationship that may benefit us quite a bit. She'll take the ring. She'll hopefully take a fair amount of the heat off of us, and maybe at least kick the explosion in our face down the road a little ways. That's at least my thinking on this whole thing. don't know if I entirely trust her, of
I don't
course,
trust her.
but at least from what I know of that, what it said on that picture down in Geraldine's desk, um, it seems to check out. I don't know what it said on that newspaper article.
Right.
You want to let us in on the truth of that?
So,
That might be
Jar,
super helpful.
sure. Rock will look at the captain, who already knows a large chunk of information about the whole thing with Rock, and he won't say that part out loud, but he will say, "So this is related to the death of the senator," and I'll go back and I'll tell the story of like how this intertwines with the other situation, and be
If you
like,
could,
"Yeah,
if you could just tell us what the newspaper says,
right, that's
that
what I mean."
okay.
The newspaper is just about the death of the senator,
And some
which we
mystery
knew,
and some
and
mystery surrounding it.
and the mystery surrounding it.
Okay.
And but he's already out of character. He's already told her the whole story, so he's letting the captain, kind of decide whether or not this is a good thing to start talking about, or we should wait on it.
The
I
captain said, "Okay, so Miguel, Jarvis, uh, everyone on board of this ship, and I told you this other time. It has something in their past,
Right.
something they will run out of, or they run towards. Okay? I'm not here to judge any of you on any of or your past or what you're going to do in the future. However, when these things interfere with the rest of crew,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
they became important.
How closed is that? I'll look over my shoulder at the door to see if it's like closed or ajar, or you know what I
It's
mean.
close.
Oh, it's completely closed. Okay. I think. Go ahead. I'll
Before
wait.
you start to speak,
Mm,
Rock, remember this. It doesn't matter what you're going to tell us today.
yeah.
In It's better you get your story straight, because no matter how much you try to keep it, this is a ship. Everyone knows everything.
Okay. Well, I am willing to tell them, since now there's really no way to avoid any of the things that came from that. So, um, all right. So we're all like sitting around, right? And so
Yep.
he will tell. First, he'll start the story off with where he was at that point. So he's like, he talks about his past and how he was young and he grew up basically with nothing. Like he was basically an urchin. And but he did have some ability to like sneak past guards, and he knew how to do the things a thief could do. And he was approached at a very young age by a member of the Shadow Consortium, who gave him a bottle of something to deliver to a manor house. Later on, he found out that that manor house belonged to the senator, and the senator had died, and so he's basically unintentional. Well, he didn't know that he was murdering the senator, but he was basically murdering the senator. Um, yeah,
Hmm.
but he was
So
a kid, and he was not willingly like killing the guy. He just dropped off the package, which turned out to be that.
so you're the
Yeah.
one she's looking for.
No,
You're
No.
the
you're
way
the
she
one,
described. No, the way
Rock,
she described.
Rock.
What?
You're the one she's looking for that leads her where she wants to go.
No, because
You are.
the people that are involved, I'm sure are not going to be just able to be found again. Giving him the description of the person that contacted me, he probably won't even look like that. He probably might not even be
You
alive at
don't.
this
So
point.
you don't know that
But
person's
you don't know
name.
that for sure.
I have a general rough, like he didn't give me his full, I assume he didn't give me like his like full name. He just said, he came over to me, boy, here's your package. bring this in. Like, why would you give me more details than he needs to? I mean,
That's fair,
you know what
but
I mean?
this is could be a huge help for us, Rob.
It also could
If
blow up
we
in our face too, which is why I didn't mention it at first.
Yeah,
if
but at the
if we get back to Fradica, Fradica, right? To Fradica, and you can use your old uh, contacts to suss out that connection. That is what she's looking for. If we can tell her this, and I'm not saying that I will, but if you feel comfortable telling her this, this might be
Uh,
the honesty that she is looking for.
but yeah, okay, you go ahead and
She's
tell
she's not
someone that your
looking to.
father was unintentionally, murdered by a person who's on the boat. See how that goes.
but it sounded like from her description, she doesn't blame the person who did the delivery. She's looking for the person who
She
gave the
doesn't
hit.
she doesn't
Like
want she doesn't
she's
want the
not looking for
pawn.
you.
She wants the king. She knows how to play the game. She's
Al-
not looking for you to be headed. She's looking for you to be turned.
Also,
Will you turn? Will you be the
I don't want to
hero?
go back to
Will
Fradica
you
after
be
all that's happened there. Sorry for I hope I said it
we're
right.
already going to that area. That's where we're not going to Fradica, no, but we're going right past it. We might as well just
So you want me to basically go back to my home country, try to find contacts from who knows how many years ago, and suss out where the Shadow Consortium might be. I mean, I did mention something about trying to infiltrate them, but I think this might be a tough sell. I don't know if they're still even active in that area.
of
Rock,
course they
but
are.
Rock, you're not going to be alone. We'll be there the whole time with you.
I have idea. Hear me out. You're not going to tell her nothing for now. You're going to ask more. You want to help, but we need more information. We need to understand what she knows and why she didn't get more info, considering that the Voraci family has connection everywhere.
My
She
feeling that whoever
she
did this hit is at the very top.
she just grabbed a bottle of wine that is there. You guys, she has a little bit of bottles of liquors and wine and etc. And he just lifted it, and you guys see that the name Voraci is one of the bottle.
Hmm.
They produce wine. They are on the table of every single freaking important person in this country.
Hmm.
Put it away.
Okay. Now,
And this
So
isn't and this isn't even her original family name. Her original family has its own power.
So why she didn't get more info? And why she stop there? What's happened there? That make her stop, or why she didn't get more info? That's what we need to get out of her, and that's what is going to be your job, Brock. When you get that, and we go and we know everything, at that point, that information, what you know and what you did, and eventually the help you can give can be eventually delivered. But if you do it now, that woman will put a blade on your throat. And I'm not saying is in a metaphorical way.
Yeah, that's what I figured, which is why I didn't mention it at the meeting. I'm sure if I did that when we were in the hotel, things would have went real south real fast.
Do you agree with my plan?
Of course, you're the captain. I'll agree with your plan.
The, we are
My
talking
only
right now because we are need to understand what's happening.
Hmm.
I'm the captain, yes, okay, but this is your past. This is your burden. I'm not going to take decision on that.
I think the idea of getting the information from her first about why she didn't use her influence and all that is a good way to go about it. And then uh, I don't know exactly how that information is going to make it easier for me to tell her my piece of the information, but I'm sure that if you're suggesting it this way, there must be some rationale for it.
The thing is, for what I'm getting there, she is willing to discuss with you guys. You already have a foot in the matter,
Hmm.
you know? So if it's not, you are involved directly. So for you, there is also more reason to do this. While Miguel has other things to think about, especially because we already now know that we have confirmation that the Fatwa Consortium piece of shit sent Hitman to his family. So there is another concern of his.
Hmm.
Jarvis, you now have even more reason to find what you're looking for.
Hmm.
Okay.
The one reason why I think that we want to try to tap into her influence sooner rather than later. I'm not saying that your plan is not a solid one, and I think it is. But to make sure that we can utilize her to get them off of our back and our trail,
Yeah.
that has to be number one right now. And hopefully she will see it as being number one now that she is a piece of cargo on our ship. Because if our ship goes down, so does she. So we need to make that perfectly clear to her.
I think she's a smart person, so she will definitely get what's going on. I also understand that she's resourceful, so whatever she chose to, the moment she chose you to come on board was the moment she already had planned for it.
Mm, of course.
The
Again,
thing
it
is,
was.
we are getting towards the Siki now. We got next 3 weeks of open ocean.
Hmm.
Whatever happened to this ship, she's on board. She's not going to get anywhere else.
Hmm.
Did we already set up for the package, or is that going to be delivered on before we get to Fratica? Fratica.
Well, it's in Aegeos is where we're going. Is where the
The
package is
moment
going.
we are going to Aegeos and the package, if you mention a package for
Because
Charles
it's
Bale,
probably in the hold with the two of them. Anyway,
that need to be delivered um,
It's
to
Aegeos. Is it?
Akitos.
Oh, Akatos. I'm sorry, Akatos. Where we're going.
Yeah, the way we were going.
okay.
Then, by the way, that is another things that concern me.
Mm.
I
That's
didn't open,
just
but
another person on our tail.
at least another person then will be on our tail if we don't deliver something.
Hmm.
And for okay, is a smuggler, we can deal with him. Is not Shadow Consortium. However, Charles Vane doesn't got his nickname the Cruel just for fun.
Hmm.
So I start to see enemy everywhere we go, and at the moment, the only person that can actually help us because she has enough power and enough money to make some of our enemy disappear
Is in the hold.
is in the old. However, is also not very trustworthy.
I'll laugh because it's back to. Never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that on
Yeah,
purpose.
yeah, yeah. He just he snickers, then immediately makes it flat because he realizes it's not the time to snicker.
I think that maybe we should play this a little bit. I like the fact that we have her in the hold, but if she is going to give us the information that we want, if she is going to at least seem like she is earning our trust, if she is willing to get them off of our tail, um, maybe her taking the ring back will help, and I can ask her about that. Maybe
That's
we can begin showing her a little bit more kindness and at least let her think that we are trusting her more by moving her someplace out of the hold.
no for now.
Not yet.
I mean,
When
right
she
now,
does these
yeah.
when she does these things.
When we are, the thing we are going to do is to give her back what she asked for. That can be arranged without any problem. That's how it's going to show kindness, at the least at the beginning.
Of course, and I think that she'll see that as a step forward. We make a step forward, she makes a step forward. We make a step forward, she makes a step forward. We have to know that we're dancing with a very dangerous person, but she knows that we're dangerous too.
Yeah. Also, we are going to Aegeus. Aegeus is no man's land. You all grudges everything that come from other places. You know, if Fradikir and Saria are at war, Aegeus, they cannot fight there. That's
Mm,
the meaning of it. So if we get to Tesiki and any of the people that are on a tail try to attack us, they will have all Aegeus' army against them. So we have a little bit of we can catch breath.
mm. That's a relief.
If we're traveling with a person of nobility from one of those families and they attack us, is there retributionary? Like, do we technically have some sort of protection by having her in the hold?
Yes, we got a very, very big chip to bargain
Mm,
because no one in their sane mind will attack a ship with the risk of killing a member of the Voraci family on board. That
and
doesn't mean
this,
that they will not try to.
Right. I
you
get
know,
that.
with her on board, it'll make it a lot harder just with her power, and the rest of us.
It's
Hmm.
more
Let
right
me.
now is more than just name the actual power. I don't
Hmm.
think for what I gathered there, she is witch but not so powerful.
Oh, she's more powerful than I am. Um, may I ask you this? I could go to her and I could say that we are tentatively in agreement with helping her as long as we can get further information from her and if she will give us the protection that we need. And I will offer her my hand, and hopefully she will take the ring and begin the process. Does that seem like the right play? Or would you like us to go about it a different way?
No, it can be right way. However, let's enjoy company of Geraldine for the next couple of days.
Sure.
before we move ahead with plan.
I mean, and giving her the ring might give her a little extra edge of power. I assume this ring has something in it that it won't give to me.
Yeah,
But again, if it's no longer in my possession, then maybe it is no longer trackable. If this is how they're following us.
I'm not sure about that one, but yes,
Neither
maybe.
do I.
I mean, for all we know, they could just be playing cards down there. Geraldine, as much as she is a bit odd, does enjoy normal things like reading books, playing cards, and
Loves
Yeah,
poetry.
she's probably they could be having a poetry reading down there for all I know. So let's just let them sit, have a couple of days to get to know each other,
Sure,
and then
absolutely.
we'll talk to her.
I'm not saying that I want to do anything right away. I'm
Okay.
just throwing out ideas of, again, my primary concern is if she can help us get Graves and his lackeys off our tail, or sure that is the case, that would be paramount. The fact that we've protected Miguel's family, as that was the name that he had, and was able to track down them. He doesn't know any of the rest of us. I never gave him my name. He, I assume, cannot track down my family, but I have little doubt that anyone is going to go that far north into the snow to deal with
although
that.
I don't think that everyone then is, you know, in the right mind will try to even try to infiltrate our country.
Hey, if he
Yes.
finds my father, that'd be great because I'd like to know. I'd laugh.
You will you end up on their side in that regard? And he gives you a little nudge.
I didn't know them. I'm an orphan, so this will
Oh,
be be a very entertaining time. We're gonna go after your family. Great. I would like to know where they are.
tell
Yeah,
them I
when you
said
Well,
hi.
find
probably if
them,
it's
let
not you.
me know.
I'll say if it isn't your family, it'd be someone you're close to.
Is there is there a
Again,
way is
I
there a
laugh.
way, Captain, that other members of the crew that may be concerned could
Uh,
have that those concerns alleviated, unless no one is expressing that to you. Um, Again, I'm not concerned. Rock is not concerned. I don't think Hot Pot is tremendously close to his family, but anyone who is, is there a way that we can
90% of people that is on board, they
just
have they are family. They
exactly?
they
But
are with
we,
us.
yeah,
There is Luth there as Mama and Papa in Korith, but we are going to Aegeus, so eventually we are getting there. If Luth want to go and fetch them, I'm okay with that.
that's
So,
all I'm saying.
and the other person that had the family, but I don't think that anyone will of the of Mr. Graves' men will ever been able to reach Rikisi down below.
Hmm. That makes sense. Again, we care about these people. I've been with them for quite a while, and I don't want to just think of myself. I want to think of everybody.
No,
And
no,
Oh,
it's
this is as much has become as much my family for now as anything ever has. I only care for my mother and father. My brothers and sisters can all freeze for all I care.
Okay. So I think we've reached an agreement, and right, and talk to her in a few days, either
Hmm.
me or Jarvis, and we will try to get some more information out of her about her influence and why she couldn't use it to find what she needed.
Hmm. And again, at least begin the process of she can begin the process of calling off or using her influence to call off those who are after us.
I'm not sure if she can actually call them off, but however, she can use influence to steer them in a different direction.
Whatever that
Well,
is, whatever that is. Yes, at least show us that she's moving towards us. We show that we are moving towards her, and we will hopefully all meet at uh, a happy place in the middle. But it's going to take time.
Miguel, you were trying to tell something.
oh, sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
The captain just asked you if you were trying to tell something, or maybe there was a misunderstanding.
No, no. I was just more going on of me agreeing with that. Uh, I feel close to the crew. I don't want anything to happen to them, and I'll be more aware of actions. Actions have consequences. And I want to put you guys in a such everybody in such a situation that would bring harm to people here.
Oh, side note, he'll look at Garvis now and goes, "Now that you know the information about why I freaked out by reading the note, now you understand why I was so upset when you almost told her. Like you nearly hinted at that, and we nearly could have had a bloodbath on our hands.
And now you know why telling the truth sometimes is very beneficial.
It in this circle, yes. In the other circle, not so much at the moment.
If you had made it more clear, and it all happened a couple weeks ago, then it would have been a different conversation, wouldn't it? You can trust us, Rock.
Yeah, but everyone has their time, Jarvis.
And unfortunately, today was a day.
At least you admit that.
I'll admit that I could have played that a little bit closer, absolutely. But it all happened, and again, maybe it all ends up happening for the best.
One of the
You-
snake of the captain just goes around the bottle that she take out before and start to squeeze it and uncork it.
Oh yes, please, yes. He just pushes
And
it.
she just
and maybe
start to
Rock,
pour 3 glasses.
maybe Rock, this is your opportunity to pay that injury back to her and get some absolution for the mistake you were forced to make. Right? Wouldn't that be an alleviation from your conscience to know that you've helped the person who you inadvertently hurt? Take it as an opportunity, not as a slander.
He'll look around the table at Garvis, who's you're right. Garvis did not know that this was connected to him, so he'll kind of just begrudgingly look at everyone at the table. All right. He pulls his glass up and he goes to figuring things out. I just like puts his glass out to clink with people.
What type of drink do we have? Is there any drinks like pour
I think we're
myself
drinking
something?
the Lady Varachi.
Lady Varachi's wine.
Varachi's
It's
wine.
not Lady Varachi's wine, but it's a Varachi's wine.
Yeah, Varachi family wine. That's what we were.
Yeah.
That she
Pull
took
it
down.
Jarvis just lifts up the glass. He goes, so the Varachis, I guess.
Well, we weren't doing to the Varachis, but if you want to,
To
And
living
he's-
longer
he's-
and
He's
protecting the
just
ones we care
He's
about.
laughing about it though. He's like,
Yeah.
we basically have her in prison and we're drinking her wine.
I mean,
This is true piracy right here, people.
I don't suppose one of you wants to bring one down to her. I don't know. It's up to you guys. But
I'm not gonna lie to you, Captain. I would love to get to spend as much time with her as I can and
sure,
learn
Garvis,
all
if
the
you
magic
wanna, if you
all the
wanna
magic
bring
I
that,
can from her.
some down to her, that's all you, man. But you can go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah. Well, listen, Jarvis. I mean, I have eyes. She is a good-looking woman. I
Oh
don't
my
blame
God, I
you
can't
for
believe
that.
this.
That is
I
you're-
only had eyes for one
Captain.
person.
Captain.
You
that
could be
is
married
the,
to a powerful family. Come on now.
that is the last thing that's on my mind.
No,
I mean,
I
yeah.
am only interested in learning things that may help me in the future.
You could also
if I
learn
can-
that with the lady downstairs. I'll laugh.
I,
I'll drink another
I
wine.
and I can
Listen,
and I might
I'm
be able to
open
learn
to
that from
any
you
form
too,
of
Captain.
relationship on board of my ship. The only thing is use protection.
Oh,
Just
with
rise
with
a
with
glass.
with an
I
opening.
I choked on my drink as I was drinking it. Here at the house halfway drinking it.
With an opening like that, I just turn and I go, I'll keep that in mind, and I'll drink the glass, and I'll this way.
I mean, kids
I
aren't that bad, you
I,
guys.
I,
But I want you to know
I was.
the way that she said that is like, oh, I don't care as long as you do that.
Yeah.
He sips his wine and looks in the direction of the captain. He goes, I'll keep that in mind, and then looks back at everyone else, and laughs.
Hey, no, no judging over here. I downed the rest of my drink in one gulp.
There's been a
Listen,
Then
joke
guys,
about
it's time to alleviate spirit and say bullshit. The thing is, this is very this is very stressful. You guys don't understand how stressed I am
oh, I
since we
understand
leave
too.
I
that
feel
freaking
I
island.
I hope you know, like, as he takes another drink, he pours himself another one. He's
Yeah,
like, I
yeah, yeah.
hope you know, I felt really bad because you've helped me out in so many ways. After ever that spell that you casted to help my family, and then we go off. It's like, yeah, we just deliver this letter, and then this happens, and I'm like, oh shit, more things to stress the captain about. Nice.
So,
I, I
go
know
ahead.
this. I know this is all stressful. We're all stressed out, Captain. But again, it it felt like a calculated risk, and hopefully it
Uh,
works out for us. All we want to do is get to our get to our site and find our treasure,
Man,
and
I want the gold.
and
yeah, we
hopefully
want the gold,
hopefully
this
be able to.
freaking gold. I'm
I
listen. She just open a drawer and take out that piece of paper with all their
didn't
Kryptonian.
we decide? Didn't we figure out that it wasn't gold? That there was some sort of weird artifact that was awful and evil down there.
Oh yeah,
Listen,
that.
Yeah,
there is there
the
is
genie.
gold there. There is
Yeah,
also gold.
Okay, well
I don't
that's
care
good because
about
that's
evil
why I'm going.
artifact. We can go there, destroy evil artifact, or seal it again. I don't give a flying fuck it about that.
Drunk
We
time is what
need
this
the
is.
gold because all this is for everyone. With that gold, we set out for life. We don't
Sure.
need to do piracy for a little bit. Miguel, build his own arena if he wants. Uh,
That's not a bad idea. Wait, that's not a bad. Okay, hear me out. What
Oh
if we
whoa,
Lord.
whoa, whoa.
there's this
Let's
island, okay? We
okay.
go there. I use the money to build an arena. I
Can I build a
obviously you
shop in
get a cut, and
in
we.
your arena town that you're gonna build?
Oh, I'm not
Because
going back to my hometown. That place
no, no,
is a
no, no.
piece of
You just
shit.
get an island
Uh,
somewhere.
well, yeah, it's gonna be a
We
nice island
acquire
with
island.
blackjack and hookers.
I think we
No
can
hookers. I don't do
acquire
hookers.
island of you know what? If I remember correctly, there is a couple of nameless islands in Fradeker territory that we can actually buy. One of them, if I remember correctly, has old castle in it. We rearrange castle. We build arena. And we bring people to pay for arena.
Yes, yes, and
Great.
then we profit. And we drum it up. It could just if you get up the arena. We could also make it a nice hot destination spot, like
Yeah, and another
we
things that we
drown in
need
the
to
money.
put is brothel because always make people come.
Yep.
yeah.
And
And
Yeah,
like if I put an
kind of the
arena
point,
there,
right, Captain?
yeah,
I
exactly
guarantee,
right.
man, can I tell you, like I'm move my family there, and they're gonna be out of that fucking horrible place that we call a hovel of a home. Man,
Listen. You can have like for family. I think with a rearranged castle, you can have an entire tower just for you.
Mm,
that'd be great. I could put Lorenzo would have his own library, and he'd probably just stay there forever. And then Lucia, knowing her, would probably actually try to enter.
The
She
arena.
she takes more after me.
Just
She
gonna
she 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 uh she definitely would be entering arena fighting.
we're just gonna
In
set up a regular
100%.
shop there. Just a regular just a shop where
You
the
can
people
have
come
every
in on the
shop in the
port
world.
and not have
Jarvis,
to
you
worry
can
about. Yeah.
bring over your family. stop about worrying about them. They're going to live there, pampered and very nice in a better weather than Ugre. I love our country, but the weather is freaking awful. Um,
I'm not gonna
you
lie to you,
guys,
Captain.
you
I
guys start to
can't.
see that the captain is a little bit getting loose. More
Oh
they
no, I
getting drink,
I
more.
hope you know. I pour myself a drink and I hold it up to top her back up.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
I top her off.
I get a little teeny glass because now I've had a few, and I'm like,
Actually, I got a question,
Yeah.
Rock. If you would, so are all of your snakeheads venomous? So if you bite and then they all bite, like 'cause I saw that.
we
Does that make it
share
more
we
potent?
share a
We
body.
are same race, you know that. Because actually, yes, they are the same
Yes.
race. Rock
Yes.
and the
We
captain.
share the same biology, so
Yeah.
we both. Again, I'm being a little quieter because we share the same biology and we all have the same venom. So yes, I would say they would all be feminist as I am, but generally I would apply venom only through my mouth. It basically the
Okay.
most majority of it would come from there.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
Yep.
So
Yep.
maybe you can think. You ever think? Sorry, he starts going into talking about possible applications of venom. It's like
Oh,
because
you
I
mean
was
like
like,
the
well,
arrows I made? Yeah, I have a couple of those laying around. Still two, I think.
he's like, because he starts saying it's like, well, you know, this would be really cool if you ever were to get in a wolf fight, and if you didn't want to kill them, you could use your smaller snakeheads to do a tiny bit of poison, so you don't kill them. But he starts,
I,
he's like, and then he's like, well, usually I don't usually bite my enemies, but I could if I really wanted to, but I don't. I like my teeth; they look really pretty, and
Yeah, my for example, they forgot how to produce venom long ago. But this is a long story for another time. I don't want to bother you with the clerical life.
oh,
yeah,
you could tell us, but whatever you want, at this point. Man, it's been so
rock.
Uh,
long. I've had this many drinks.
it's like you start an acolyte and you think, oh yes, you're Stormcaller priest. You are following the path of Vashtaria. You're great. Everything is good, and etc. And you got vision of your death, and you think, oh, that's not great. So you have a choice. Vastaria give you choice. If you quiet us, wait for it, or you run towards it. So I decided to run.
I mean, dying is bad.
Yeah, this is also why I stole that. And she point at that the same stuff you guys have seen her using um, during the ritual.
Hmm.
Wait, are they missing their relic? He'll just put his head down. Like they're missing it from the temple. Like, did you literally took it from the temple?
Oh yeah, I
Man,
stole it from Stormbringer Temple of Vashtaria. Yeah.
she's a pirate. Of
I
course she
know. I'm
stole it.
just picturing them like, oh,
We're all pirates.
interesting.
Now you are. Now you
Yes.
definitely are, Miguel.
Pirate, arena fighter, and father.
Yeah. I mean,
Winning combination.
I didn't get children in my life, but I think I have big family here.
Uh,
There's
I,
I mean, I'm
I,
sort of a father. I have these like they all have different personalities. Especially this one likes to bite me.
Oh,
do they have names?
Yeah, yeah. They all have names.
Can you introduce me?
Sure. The bluish white one is Seru. It's like blue with green spots. There's Wrath, the one that keeps trying to bite me. It's red and black striped. There's Wine. He looks like brown in different shades of brown, and he's just bored and just kind of lays there. There's C, the one that's always whispering stupid stuff and suspicious of others. Hey, turquoise and white colored. Wagner, who's playful and is yellow and black spotted. And finally, Doran, the lazy, sleepy one, the dark green and yellow, who is curled over there. But yes, it's basically like being a father, sort of.
we she look at the snake. The snake look at her.
C just like looks up, looks suspicious, the suspicious one.
Yeah, I think you got much more. You chat much more than me with your with your own hair.
I think I'm unique within my race in that respect. I don't know if that's, I would suppose, good or bad. It is different.
Listen, we come out from a curse. I don't know how how good or bad it's going to be at the end of the day.
I mean, if out of character, he kind of describes it sort of as because he didn't grow up with people, he
Yeah,
made people, and the people now exist up here, literally.
yeah, literally. Um, so you guys had the conversation goes on, laugh, wrapped sometimes. You relax a little bit. You guys get a little bit loose. The captain is of great company. She is keeping it all together very, very well, but you guys also feel how this whole situation is taking a toll,
Yeah.
you know. But she seems like she's ready for it and etc. She really wants to find this treasure, not just for herself. She wants to help all of you guys, all the people on the board. Luth want to send money home to help her farm. Omar is from Kairos, and he is part of his. He left years ago, and is part of his family was killed during the Civil War, and he wants to rebuild his own village. So each one of the member of the crew, for one reason or another, needs those money, and for what more you talk with her, more you realize she doesn't. You know, it's like she's doing it for you. She's not the person that you care about the money for. For making profit. The greed is definitely not her scene. Um, the thing is, a couple of days will pass after this. A couple of days that will make you leave the mist sea behind and finally um, leave Ingetir behind, and you guys have started to feel the difference um, in pressure in and also in the waves and how things are definitely much more violent and require much more of work when you guys get to the ocean. The wildlife, the tides, everything is much more intense. So, for this first leg of the journey towards the Siki, I will ask you, one of you, to roll for me 3d6s. Not don't just do the sum. Just tell me each result on each dice, please.
A volunteer raucous tribute.
Rock, you are the first one to take care of the first length of the journey. Please roll me those 3d6s.
There it is in chat.
Okay. So we got a 2, a 5, and a 3. Very good. Give me a second. The first few days that leave the mist sea behind when you approach the Fithel Ocean are quite good. The the wind push the sails in the right direction. Everyone on board is quite motivated. However, a thrashing rain start to accompany a very strong wind in the following days. All of a sudden, yes, you gain momentum, you gain speed, but also you started to notice lightning flashes that can be seen in the distance. Uh, water sprouts that can be seen reaching from the sky, almost like the water is being eaten by the lightning itself. At the beginning, the one close to you, I mean, the waves close to you are quite manageable, but in the distance, they seems like they are growing of the size of small hill that rise above the vessel. That is not a great sight. During the final length of the first bits of this journey, the waves are so high that you can literally you have a wide span of view when you are atop the wave, and the sense of claustrophobic when you're in the gully of the wave, because you're literally just going up and down in a way that you're feeling like those mountain of water are going to crash over you in a matter of seconds. The vision of what is going on around you is reduced to 1/8 of the usual length because of the heavy rain, and everything from pulling the sails to doing the maneuver with the wheel, every single things that concern you, it's horrible and really, really hard to do. People are starting to get sick for cause of of seasickness and motion, even for the most sailored of seasoned of those sailors. Every single things, every single check that will include wisdom, might, or agility for this length of of this journey is a -9. Considering this, what you guys are going to do in this first bit?
So you're saying we're just rolling through a terrible storm.
Absolutely. Then it
Um,
goes for like few days.
mm, um, Jarvis is going to try to take as much lead as he can on deck, um, working with the other more seasoned sailors. He's good, but he doesn't have any, and he doesn't have the background in it at this point.
Yeah.
Um, but he is going to, as much as he can, try to use his magic to um, make the deck safe. To because his magic is still small, but he's going to try to do things to make the deck safe, to um, to see a storm, to see a wave coming that is going to crash into the side of the boat and push the wave down as much as he can. You know, not overstressing himself. He doesn't want to do too much to where he's going to injure himself, but really try to kind of be in a little bit of a battle mode. Taking a little bit more activity closer to the front of the boat to kind of be able to watch some of this stuff and just help as much as he can. If he sees people starting to get sick, he can use calm emotion, the calm, the soothing wave to help people. Is that something that he can only do on one person, or is that something that he can do as an effect to a couple of people?
Technically, at this point, you can do it to two people because
Two.
you can do
Okay.
for you can give up you can reach up to five people at least you, for your knowledge right now, but you get more. Let's say that right now a couple of people is okay. When you
That
reach value 3, you're probably going to do we're going to be able to do it to 4 people instead. This kind of things. There is
sure, sure.
a, a bit of a boost.
That is
However,
that is the one spell that he now has 2 dots in. So that's the one that again he feels like he's able to help shield people a little bit more from their fear or from their illnesses. And again, he's not going to use it constantly, but only when it's the most extreme kinds of situations is he going to be trying to tap into that stuff.
sounds good for me. I need apparently respecting for Brian need to be quiet at the moment
Mm-hmm,
for
mm-hmm,
everyone to understand why he's not answering immediately.
Mhm.
mm-hmm,
Um, so you got a critical token from him in order to help with the navigation and such like.
mm-hmm.
I need you to roll me a stamina check.
Which is that?
It's on under might and is stamina.
Oh, stamina, stamina. Oh,
Stamina, yeah,
under might and okay, so I
you have
have
a 1 dot on
one
it.
stamina and 3 in. Oh wait, no, in might. Sorry, two.
Two.
Ooh, not great.
So you roll 3 dice technically, and you keep one. However,
So I'm gonna do 4.
uh, you roll 4 because of the critical token.
Mm-hmm.
So you can explode 2, and you can keep the 2 highest.
Well, wouldn't I technically keep initially? I keep the lowest and the highest,
Yeah,
and
sorry, the
then
highest, the lowest, but and you keep another one that is the
yeah.
highest.
Come on, give me something good. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Roll. Uh, all right. So I rolled 4 and 2 6s.
Okay, very good. So re-roll the 2 6s.
And that is a 3 and a 4, so another 7.
7. So you have a +1 as a modifier. So
Mm-hmm.
give me the total.
What is that? That's going to be 16 plus 7 is 23, 24. If
24.
I'm doing my math
Consider
right.
that, as I said, during this ordeal, you have a -9 on the roll,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's a 19, a 15. Sorry, a 15.
a 15, and is
Mm-hmm.
a very, very good roll because if you were going under 12, you were
Mm-hmm.
going to go overboard.
Uh-huh. Yeah. As much as I
So
might want to go swimming, I don't want to go swimming in this.
no, you don't want to go swimming in this. So what's happened there is like in a couple of occasions you almost slip and fall overboard. However, thanks to your grip, your soothing and etc., your soothing wave spells and such like, that is the moment that you actually get a good, grip of yourself, and you just, grab the right things, and you put something around you to avoid to be thrown overboard, or it's just you put like a rope around you, other things like that. These things that you just don't do into or just to yourself, but also for the rest of the crew, are going to help to smooth a little bit of this treasures journey. I know already what Rock did because he's going to help in all of this situation. The last but not least is Miguel. What you were doing in all of this?
Um, I am not what you would call a seasoned sailor.
No.
He is going to try to help where he is. Is there any thing that requires any like acrobatics or anything like that require like
Absolutely.
tying
Every
things
time
up?
you need to make sure that, just to give you an idea, the sail, even if they're being pushed by the wind, at the moment they are under a torrential rain that, make them heavy. And if the sail are heavy, they don't catch enough wind to be pushed. Okay, so only every now and then you need to pull in order to make sure that the tension of the sail is good enough to catch the wind. Sometimes you need to go up to the mast in order to unravel and pull some ropes or make it loose. So it's a lot of work in that same. All of this is called rigging. So I need you an acrobatic roll, also -9.
-9? Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Do anyone wants to help Miguel on this? Okay,
I
so
have I have a critical token I will give to Miguel.
Oh, thank you.
I actually have two of them, so if someone else needs one as well.
I have a couple, but I can't use it on myself.
I will say this because Rock already gave one critical token to help Jarvis. It feels fitting that now Jarvis is giving a critical token to Miguel in order to balance things out. So, and if in the future Miguel will give it to Rock.
Yep. I have a couple. And that's an
So,
extra die, right?
yeah, that's an extra die. So you roll 3, and 2 of them can explode.
Well,
3 plus 4, it's 7 dice.
all right, give me a second. I have to roll some things.
Absolutely.
Right. I got one math. Math is hard.
Doing math during games. That's pretty much what we do here.
And then I add
You got your agility bonus, and
24.
you also have serpent grace, so you got +2 in acrobatics when you do.
26. And I'll use what is it? What's the graceful landings if I need to gracefully land to the ground to
Perfect. Yeah, yeah, in
minus
case. Okay, so it's 26 -9.
-9, yes.
Oh, you already counted the -9, or you need to
No,
do
I
it?
have not accounted for the -9, so that would be a
Okay, so
15.
26 -9, 17. Yes.
I can math 17.
Yeah. No, 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 it's okay. That was me trying to confirm your numbers. And that is also a very good success. Um, and yes, in a couple of moments, there is some shout and, like, careful, no, it's falling, or other things like that, because it it doesn't go smoothly. The surface are wet and slippery and etc. So in a couple of occasion, the ability that you have to, gracefully land on your feet almost like a cat without taking damage, or quickly catch someone that is actually falling, will help you. And in this way, you got also uh, help the crew to smooth down and avoid terrible incident during those days.
Mhm.
Your first week into the Fithel Ocean is not the most pleasant one. We are going to get to the second one very soon. However, before we close the session for tonight, let's move the camera away from our player just for a second. And let's go down below. In the cargo hold? No, no, we are not going there. We are actually somewhere else completely. We are in what it looks like almost like a dungeon. And there are a few figures talking. In this dungeon, you have one of the figures that our viewers already know, and also our players already know, is Senator Graves. In front of him, there is one of the men that tried to kidnap Miguel's family. And the man just finished this very quick, very unsuccessful report on the fact that they failed, that there was someone there, and they took the family before them, and they were not able to track them down. And one of also the men that was following the family now disappeared. They didn't get any news from him, and according to the last information that they got on board on traveling ship, passenger ship, and that was it. There is also another figure in the room, in the back, barely visible. There is a shimmering scale. Suggest a Sarikart? Maybe. Or maybe an Ictians. You both share these traits at the end of the day. Hard to tell. Face is obscured by the darkness of the place. Senator Graves, just listen. You're dismissed. There's not much we can do about it right now. I will say keep an eyes open, and as soon as they leave Ingeterian water, I will know. The man, the henchman, I would say, just stand up, do a sign, and leave. Graves turn and look at the other person in the room. The two of them share a glance in the darkness. The lamp that is on the table illuminates only Julian Graves' face. Apparently they got to Lady Voraci. Did you heard that? There is a nod. Are you sure that you paid that person enough? Just a scoff, no answer. If this things is going to bite us, I don't even know what is going to happen. I don't even want to think about what's going to happen. The man on the other side has a thick Akiptonian accent, and an answer with just one single sentence. I will take care of them. At the end of the day, they are coming to my country. And on that, we close the session for tonight.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had a great time. I sure did. I love those players. I love what you guys are doing, and I'm looking forward for next session.
I
Can I ask one thing before we get off?
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, Hot Pot wasn't here, but I was hoping to do something with those feathers. Is that something that I feel you want to wait till next time, or is that something that we could do off screen?
Let's see. Okay, if you want to do something with those feathers of the pseudo siren with Outpath, I would be more than happy to have you interact and do it in game in front.
Okay.
But I'm not going to force it. Just,
Mhm.
if it come out natural and etc., please be my guest.
Okay.
Also, we are definitely get to Siki next session, unless you
Mhm.
guys are very, very unlucky with the dice.
Mhm. Mhm.
um, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Mhm.